This kid's fire.
What's that? What's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother, what's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother, what's that? What's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother, what's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother,
What the hell did I just see there, man? Donnarumma, bro. Why you punch the ball into your own net? Oh, God, man. It just gets worse and worse. I can't believe it. I literally just come on the PC, yeah, and I go to the game. I don't even know what score it was or anything. I just gone to it and seen it like it was 4-4 or whatever. And I was like, fucking hell, Mr. Cracker. And then oh, it's 5-4. Oh shit, it was 5-4, not 4-4. Oh my god. Oh, Tonali scored in the 91st minute. What the hell? Mad game. Anyway, I just seen it. Why is Donnarumma punching the ball in his own net, bro? That's actually wild, lads. Honestly. Oh, it got disallowed. Oh, Bears, it got disallowed. Oh, it must have been a foul or something then. Oh, it got disallowed for a goal. What? Let me have a look at that again, man. Are you sure, bro? Let me have a look at it again. Where is it? Let me watch it again. What? Where's the foul, bro? Am I watching it again? Yeah. All right, 1 second. Yeah. Let me see. Where am I seeing a foul? Where am I seeing a foul? Let me see if I can pull it up on screen. Nah, that's not a foul, bro. That's not a foul. He did not get fouled. That is not a foul. That's not a foul, bro. Yeah. I'm watching it again in slow-mo. Ah, you got lucky there. I don't even know what he's doing, man. Donnarumma, yeah, Donnarumma kind of fucks himself there. Donnarumma look, I put the finger up here. Look at this. Why would you do that as a goalkeeper? Why has Donnarumma put his hands in between the guy's like arms? Yeah, I mean, underneath his armpits. Why has he done that for? Cleanest foul in sports history. Nah, that is. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what else he done. Hopefully, I see people saying that apparently he had a shit game. I mean, he conceded 4 goals, but that doesn't mean he had a shit game. Like, you know, some of the goals might have been legit, man. But yeah, I just seen that. I was like, why did he do that, man? Anyway, smash these likes up. If you're not done so already, we're going to speak a little bit about everything tonight, man. We'll speak about this whole case, this ATP, or APT, the Associated Party Transaction case. We'll speak a bit about that. We'll speak about some of these games. Oh, yeah, I was a referee, man. I was a mint referee as well, bro. I was about to get scouted to be like promoted in that. And then I sacked it off because I got a job. In hindsight, terrible idea. But yeah, no, I was a referee. I refereed when I was younger, man. Trafford and Donnarumma have competition. Good. Good, 100%. But I've already said this, man. People have been saying this before. People have been saying this, yeah. But I've already said, bro, if Donnarumma comes in and he's crap, drop him. Play Trafford. Why do people get like proper weird about it? Like, oh, we can't do that. Yeah, you can. Of course you fucking can, mate. Yeah. Get in there, bro. Yeah, I mean, if Donnarumma gets in this team and isn't good enough, he's getting dropped. Yeah, you best believe he's getting dropped. And if he doesn't, yeah, then that's bullshit. If you're not playing well, you should get dropped. That's the facts. Yeah. But you should have been in the Premier League to referee. Well, I wouldn't be able to referee hardly any of the games because you're not allowed to referee like rivals, which is why a lot of these referees don't support top 6 teams. Have you noticed this? Have you noticed how coincidence? Yeah, the most supported teams in the country, most of the referees don't support them because it damages their career. So they lie and basically say they support like fucking just dead teams. So that means they can referee the actual proper legit games. Otherwise, you're screwing yourself over, really. Yeah. You honestly, man, you would have you screw yourself over. Well, that's true. Is that Liverpool support? Yeah, I'm not saying there's none. There's probably 1 or 2, but the majority of the referees don't support like legit things. That's a pure keeper mistake. 2 version of Donnarumma, best keeper in the world, or average bad goalkeeper. Hopefully, can get a better best. I'm gonna be real. I'm positive about the whole Donnarumma thing, but I don't care if the guy's rubbish. Drop him and play Trafford. I've no like loyalty to Donnarumma whatsoever. I've no loyalty to Trafford. Got no loyalty to either of them. Yeah, they've both just been signed on big money. Whoever's best, play. It's not rocket science. Honestly, man. I'll be a boiled Grimsby fan. I'm a fucking Grimsby fan now. And they fucking cheated, which is the funniest thing ever. They didn't even do it legit. Apparently, they played a guy who wasn't even registered to play. Yeah, Grimsby. So that was pretty funny, man. David Q. Donna will have a point to prove anyway when we have Trafford, says Sam. Yeah, facts. Last season, we played our best when Haaland was out and Marmoush was in the 9. Probably true, to be honest with you, Ches. Yeah, I mean, probably is a true point. If you're talking about multiple games, I think our best performance was when they both played against Newcastle. I think that was probably our best performance of the season, 4-0. But towards the end of the season, we were better without Haaland. Now, that doesn't mean Haaland's shit, and that, it just means that the team was functioning better with the players that we had without a number 9. However, it's not a long-term solution, is it? We've had this conversation before. I think this is a factually correct thing that you just said, but it's not a long-term solution. We've just put Haaland on a 10-year contract on 500 grand a week. So we've got to find a way of playing with Haaland, which is why I say the team should be built around Haaland, and every player in the team needs to be able to create for Haaland. And if you're not creating for Haaland, you need to be scoring me loads of goals. Simple as that. Because the club have decided that Haaland is a long-term number 9 at the football club with a 10-year contract. There's no point in buying players and having players play who can't fucking find him. Do you know what I mean? That's the whole point, man. But to be fair, you are correct. We did play better without him towards the end of last season. That's a form thing, though. We clicked in the run-in. Haaland happened to be injured. Haaland wasn't the reason for us playing better. Says Echo Falls. Maybe. Wingers or wing-backs for United, says Stuart. Big up, Stuart. I'd go Gvardiol left, Nunes right. I'd go Foden on the right if he's fit, and then I don't know who I'd play on the left-hand side. I'm so just not interested in the left wingers at the moment. Just pick whoever. I'm not asked. Big up Johnny, man, says, I think Pep loves not having a number 9, and that's why the system worked without him. Yeah, but then why did we sign Haaland, and why did we just give him a 10-year contract? Do you know what I mean? No, we've got to find a way of making it work. And we've made it work. We made it work for the last 3 years, really. Even last year when he didn't even have a great season, he still scored 30-plus goals. But we've got to find a way of getting back to the treble year where he scored 50. Yeah? How did we get him to score 50? Well, the reason he scored 50 in the treble year is because there were so many players on that pitch that could create for Haaland. And now we don't have as many. Now, thankfully, we've got a few more now that we've just made some signings. Reinders will be able to create for him. Cherky will be able to create for him when he's back from his injury. And even Aït-Nouri at left back will be able to create for him. But the wingers is still a huge issue. That's something that For me, yeah, next summer, lads. Yeah, we'll come on to the whole money thing in a minute. But for me, next summer, the City have to be ruthless on these wingers. Yeah, we can't keep on playing with wingers, mate, who are not top tier. Like, but we need top tier wingers. So next summer, yeah, you've got to go out there and hit that market hard. And there's no excuses now as well because of the money situation, which we'll come on to in a bit. Yeah, and the offside rule as well. Facts. That is facts as well. But you need players to play the pass in the first place, which is why I'm happy with signing Reinders, and Cherky should be an addition as well. You know, if Reinders doesn't play and Cherky doesn't play, kind of don't make no difference. But that should benefit all strikers. Absolutely. They got a cash as well. Says fixtures coming up: Derby Sunday, Napoli Thursday, Arsenal away on Sunday. Yeah, I mean the scheduling of the Napoli Arsenal game is crazy, but at the end of the day, we have to deal with it. I don't want to be hearing no excuses. It is ridiculous. However, shit happens. Get on with it. Get on with it. We've got a big squad. Yeah. By that time, hopefully Foden will be back, so we should be fine. We've got to deal with it, man. You've got to deal with it. Yeah, no excuses. LB, you did that rebuild the other night, proved it can be done for 150 net. Yeah, I did do it the other night. Bro, this is the thing. Like, you can rebuild the team with mad quality, yeah, without actually spending bare cash. Like, we did that, yeah, 150 net it was. We did that. And let's be honest as well, Andrew, yeah. We weren't even like we were pretty good with the money, weren't we? We weren't saying like stupid prices. Like, I'm pretty sure I put Elise at like 120. The sales were really low. Like, I'm pretty sure we sold Grealish for like 20 million and all that kind of crap. Yeah. So like we were pretty good, but it's all about the strategy. Are they going to do that, or are they going to go back to what they've done for the last 2 years and go and get youngsters? I don't think they will. I think they've realised their mistake, man. And I think they've realised. I think the proof's in the pudding, yeah, by what they've done, this summer. You know, they've gone back to what's worked, buying more proven talent. Now, obviously, the market's dead. There's not a lot of talent out. Well, there is a lot of talent out there, but obviously, most of them are already at top clubs. You know what I mean? It's not like you can go get Sergio Aguero, yeah, from Atletico Madrid, or go and get a Yaya Toure, who Barca are happy to sell from Barcelona. Yeah, or whatever. You know what I mean? A lot of the players are at top clubs. And even if they're not at top clubs, if they're in England, they're already on top dollar. So dollar's not going to help. Yeah, it's about game time. Are you going to promise them game time? Like, you look at someone like Gibbs White now. Gibbs White's probably going to be on 200 grand a week at Forest. So if you wanted Gibbs White, what, you're going to give him 300 grand a week? No, you're not. You're going to give him 225. That's not really going to make him move. So then he wants to know, well, I'm going to play week in, week out. No. So it's harder now. I think it's harder than ever to buy top talent, which means when market opportunities arise and there are players on the market that are available that are top talented players, you have to strike. Yeah, you have to. You just have to deal with it. Deal with the shit that you get. If you've got a couple of extra players, you know, whatever, Pep's got to rotate, or you've got to get rid of a player that really didn't kind of want to get rid of, but you've got to do it. You just got to do this. You've got to do it, man. Because the market's dead. Look at the right back market. It stinks. It absolutely reeks, man. Yeah, now I've been having the debate this morning on social media about the right back debate, and I still believe we should have signed Dumfries. But it's besides the point. Yeah, you've got Tino Livramento, and other than that, you're talking about players that are average, man. Yeah, so it's tough. But when players become available, you've got to go and get them. Yeah, and you can't be doing this shit about, oh, I don't know if we're going to pay the money. No, you've got to pay the money, because if you don't pay the money, that player will end up signing a new deal. They'll go somewhere else, and then you'll be looking around the market, and you will get a worse player. And then when you get a worse player, Pep won't like him. Pep won't play him. That'll devalue the player. And then 6 months later, you've got to go buy another player. But because you've already spent money, you don't then want to go back to the top tier money. So you buy another player. You compound your mistake by buying another crap player. And then guess what happens? He doesn't work. And then guess what happens? You try your luck a third time and buy another player and hope that's going to work out. When if you just bought the good player initially for the top cash, you would be fine. Yeah? And then people go, oh, well, it didn't work out for Grealish. Well, it didn't work out for Grealish. However, yeah, Grealish was a very unique situation. First of all, it was probably the best flop you've ever seen. He won the treble, right? But also, you've got to look at his own personality and his own situation. I think that's a very unique unique situation. You know what I mean? We're not talking about a standard run-of-the-mill situation. Yeah, that's a unique position. Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Buy cheap, buy twice. But we haven't been buying cheap. We've been buying pretty expensive, man. You know what I mean? We've been buying mid-range. Yeah, we've been in the Tesco's and the Asda's. Yeah, well, you could just go to Waitrose or the butchers and get your fresh meat, man. Pause. This is what I'm saying. But hopefully, anyway, coming to next summer. Yeah, I'll get the super chat in a sec. Yeah. Coming to next summer, right? We've got this money coming in from Puma. Yeah, we're going to get this money coming in from Etihad. Yeah, they're talking like it's going to be £1 billion over the next decade. Might even be more than that as well. Yeah, maybe even goes up to 1.5 billion, right? I don't want to see people like celebrating this bare loads and then the club, right, don't spend the money in the summer. Because what's the point? This is why I try not to really get involved with all the money side, because like people are going on like, do you remember like when I like net spend and that was like really low and people were celebrating it, and it's like, it's not really something you want to be celebrating. Who gives a fuck? Look at what's happened to us now because we've not spent any money over the last couple of years. Yeah, well, obviously we spent money this year or whatever, but like last year we spent 20 million and the year before that we spent about 140. But large part of that was on Gvardiol, yeah. Look what happens. Your team goes boop, like that. I want the club to spend money. I want the club to be spending 200-300 million a season. Because that's how you get success. By buying the best players. That's why Liverpool have just gone and spent 400 million. Because they know they want sustained success at the football club, mate. Do you know what I mean? So that's what's got to happen, man. We need changes. Yeah, and like I say, yeah, what's that, boys? Put the phone on charge, yeah. Oh, it's the wrong charger, man. Thought that was the right charger, but it turns out it's not the right charger. Yeah, you got to spend the money, right? And next summer, right, is the biggest summer we're gonna. Well, to be honest, like this summer should have been the biggest summer we're gonna have, but obviously that's just dealt. We've just done that situation now. Next summer, right? Yeah, we need the top talent. We gonna need 2 wingers, yeah, 1 right back, centre half, and 2 midfielders. And they've all got to be quality ballers, man. Quality ballers. Well, you know the answer. You know the answer, Blue Lock. They didn't want to pay the money. Just like they didn't want to pay the money with Nuno Mendes. Yeah, just like they didn't want to pay the money with Bruno G. Because I think they got a little bit cocky. Right? And listen, it happens, yeah? People get a bit cocky when, you know, shit's going well. People's, you know, businesses and that. Sometimes they take things for granted and that. But they could have got Bruno G for 100 mil. They could have got Nuno Mendes for 40 mil. And they could have got Jean Neves. And they didn't want any of them. But it's because of the money, man. Yeah? Because of the money. And as well, I think we need to have an honest conversation about, like, I've seen Michael Owen speaking about this the other day. I don't know if any of you got. In fact, let me do the super chat first. Big up Brandon says, LB, the rest of the Premier League are praying for us to be like United and fall off. But where our scenario is different is we want to win, not make cash like the Glazers. Well, we'll see next summer, man. Because I'm hoping, yeah, that this Viana guy knows the score in it. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's come from Sporting Lisbon, which is a completely different scale of football club. You know, they're not looking to dominate. They're looking to win a couple titles, you know, qualify for the Champions League. They've got different mindset. They're never going to win the Champions League. Yeah, that's never going to happen. Right? So they're looking at qualifying for a competition that they know they're never going to win. Right? Whereas City are looking to win it. So it's the type of player. And this is why getting Viana in is a bit of a gamble. It wasn't a gamble getting Techy in from Barcelona. Fucking hell, he just masterminded the greatest football side we've ever seen. Yeah, to this day, the best team we've ever seen that Barcelona side, right? So it wasn't, but getting Viana in, it is a gamble. No one can tell me it's not a gamble, and I'm not trying to cook the guy. I think, you know, we'll see how he gets on. So far, I like what he's done this summer. I think we need a massive summer next year, whatever. But it is a gamble. You're getting a completely different guy, a different strategy, and this is why, yeah, I think if we went back to the January, would we have bought both Vita Hayes and Huzanov? Would we have done that? I don't know if we would have done that, like based on the current situation. Because for me now, I'm looking at it and going, "Hang on a minute, yeah, we're going to get to next summer, yeah, and let's assume that John Stones and Nathan Ake both leave the football club. You're left with Diaz, Huzanov, and Vita Hayes. I think you need a top dog. I think unless Huzanov cooks this year, which was we did say this the other day. Yeah, we did say this the other day. If Huzanov cooks this year, then maybe we stick him in as number one. But if not, you're going to need to sign a top centre half. Top centre half. And then where does that leave Vita Hayes and Huzanov? Are they going to be happy being on a bench? Yeah. Or Diaz? We'll just give him another 4-year contract. So we'll see what happens there, man. But listen, obviously we're getting all this money in. They're talking about £2 billion, yeah, or $2 billion, whatever currency it is, over the next decade, just off those 2 sponsors alone. 2 sponsors alone, they're getting £2 billion for. Yeah. And this is why, chat, yeah, I said about a month ago or 2 months ago, I think City needs to start a policy at the football club of minimum every summer £100 million spent. £100 million spent every summer. And if you don't really need anything, just go out there and buy someone better in your position. Because otherwise, you're deferring spending in the team. Your team needs spending. Your house needs maintaining. Your business needs maintaining. Your car needs a service. It needs an MOT. Football clubs are exactly the same. Teams are exactly the same. If you put off the service and you put it all off and say, oh, we're not going to do it, it's going to come and bite you in the ass. And that's what happened, man. Yeah, we had a fucking brilliant car, beautiful Ferrari, yeah, in pristine condition after the treble year, yeah. And then we got a little bit of work done, yeah, after the treble year. Bought Gavadio, nice. And then we fucked about, you know what I mean, on the wheels and shit, right? We got the cheaper wheels, didn't really work out. And then last year we fucked it completely. And now the car's broke down. So now we've had to reinvest loads. But now the brakes need doing, and we've not had time to do it all. You know what I mean? So now we can't do the brakes. So now we're gonna have to go to the garage next year again and try and catch it up and get it all done. But by the time we get to the garage next year, maybe something else will be. So this is what I'm saying. Wait, we need to invest. We need to develop a policy of minimum £100 million spent every single summer. And even if you're looking at the squad and going, oh, I don't think we really need much, just go and buy a better right back than you've currently got. Go and buy a better goalkeeper. Go buy a better left back. Go do something, man. Don't just do nothing. Sit on your ass. Yeah, and it's not because I want to see, oh, you just want the club to spend money, or you just want this. No, it's maintenance. It's general maintenance of the squad, which the club neglected. Yeah, some of our fans were buzzing about it because they were all like, look at us not spending any money. This is great. No one will cry about us anymore. Yeah, now look what fucking happened. Yeah, if we would have gone and done what we should have done, we wouldn't be in this position. Yeah, we might be cooking on gas. So this is where we need to go. So that's what I said. I'm being deadly serious. Yeah, I'm being deadly serious. I think the club should introduce a £100 million policy. Every summer, £100 million getting spent, man. Yeah, and that's what it's about. Yeah, and obviously now with this sponsorship thing that's going to happen now, obviously Premier League getting cooked. Yeah, City are potentially getting up to £2 billion off 2 sponsors alone in the next decade. It is my opinion that they need to invest heavily next year, get it all sorted. Yeah. And then it does me head in now because, like, you know, we're into the season. We've not got a right back. I'm now seeing stuff online. Yeah, Tyler Marshall, by the way, who I don't know like how good of a source he is. I think he's all right, to be fair. I think he's one of the better sources. Yeah. But now they're talking about, oh, now City are going to make a move for a right back in January. What? Why didn't you just get one in the summer, man? After 3 games, they realised they need a right back. They lasted 3 games, according to Tyler Marshall. Yeah, who is he's a reporter at the Manchester Evening News. I think he's an okay source, to be fair. I think he's an okay source. But yeah, apparently Manchester City are expected to sign a right back in January, or our top priority. So we'll see what happens, man. Is it going to be Omar Al-Halali? Is it going to be the geezer from Porto? Is it going to be Denzel Dumfries? Are we going to go into Newcastle and try and get Livramento? What we're going to do, I don't know. But Like, that's pretty mad to me. How you've gone 3 games and now you're going, come on. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's where we're at with that one. Yo, shout out to Homelander, says City tried to buy Verts but turned them down. City did try and buy Verts, and depends which story you believe. I do not believe for 1 second that Manchester City pulled out the deal, because if they pulled out the deal, then that is poor, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Again, that you want top players, you're gonna have to pay them top dollar. That's just like what we're turning into a bank now. You know what I mean? Like, if you want the best players, guess what? Yes, it is gonna cost a lot of money. Fucking hell. So I don't personally believe that City pulled out of that deal. Because I think that's a horrific story. Like, when they put that story out, I said I actually think that's a worse story. Because if you're now because then the thing is, yeah, you need to then start asking serious questions, yeah, about, well, what does that mean for the club? If the club is now pulling out of deals to sign the best players in the world because it's too expensive, where does that leave us as a club? What does that mean? Are we done? Are we done competing for the top titles then? Are we just not getting the best players? So I personally think he rejected us, and I actually think that's the better story. I think it's the easiest story to tolerate. Some were thinking he was on De Bruyne level. He's not on the same planet. Yeah, he's also a lot younger. He's like, what, 22 years old? So he's going to need time. He's going to need time to settle into Liverpool. But you can't just start saying, oh, we're not going to be getting the best players because they cost a lot of money. Like, all right, and so we're never going to go for the best players again then, sound. So, you know what I'm saying? That's just bullshit. Which is why, again, I actually... If that is true, that City, well, I just don't know why that story was put out there. I think they put it out there because for some reason, there's this stigma in football where if you get rejected, you've got to be mad embarrassed and all that kind of crap. It's kind of like, I don't care if we get rejected. I want to see my team get rejected, because if my team's getting rejected, that means my team's going in for the best players. So when we went in for Bellingham, we got rejected. No problem. At least we went for the guy. Yeah, Rice, went for him, rejected. Went for Verts, rejected. You get rejected, you're not going to get everyone. You go for Haaland, didn't get rejected. Fucking got him. Yeah. Rodri, when we got him, didn't get rejected. Yeah, you get mint players, but sometimes you're going to get rejected, man. For some reason, some people just don't like seeing that, like, you get rejected. Who gives a fuck? Part of football. Who cares, man? I don't care. I don't know if you don't care, man. I don't care that we get rejected. I care if we stop going for the best players, because then that leaves me, well, what is the point of where were we at? What's the point if we're just not going to go for top ballers anymore? So it's like when people say, people have this proper negative aura and negative energy chat, and it pisses me off. When people go, oh, well, you're never going to get Elise out of Bayern Munich. So what, you just don't try? You just don't try? You just don't try at all? We just don't try anymore, chat. So that means we can't go for any player that plays for Bayern. We can't buy any player that plays for Barca. We can't go for any player that goes for Real Madrid, because we'll never get them. Negative energy, man. What's all the negative energy about? Give me some positive vibes. Say, you know what? We're going to go for them. We might get rejected, but we're going to try. Yeah? Who cares, man? Fuck it, send the Lamau, man. Send the money for your Mao. Say, oh, here's $1 for your Mao. You get rejected. Cool, no problems, mate. Yeah? Who gives a fuck? Oh, they get rejected. Who cares? And what? And what? As a madness. It's a madness. Yeah? People need to get at peace with getting rejected. At peace. Yeah, I always tell you a story, yeah? I told you the story before, but I'll tell you again for people that have never heard it, right? I remember, yeah, when I was younger, yeah, this was pre-girlfriend, if she's listening on stream. I was out in Bolton, right, on a night out with Jordan, yeah. And I was about, what, 19 or something? 18, 19, yeah. I was in this bar, chat, yeah. I was in this bar, right? Obviously, I had a few drinks at night, yeah. And there was a few ladies in the corner, right? And we're speaking, yeah, and I can't remember who else was there, but we're speaking in a group, and they were like, "Oh, LB, go and chat to them birds." And I was like, "Oh no, I can't do it, man. I'm nervous. No, I can't chat to them. You know what I mean? I'm nervous, right?" And shout out Jordan, yeah. You know what he said to me? He said, "Bro, just go and speak to them. If you're getting a negative energy or they don't want to speak to you, just come back and we'll just get on with the rest of the night. What's she gonna say?" So I was like, "Oh, you know what? Fuck it then. I will do it then." I walked over to him, yeah. Bro, I'm not. I'll tell you the story. I went over, started chatting to him, got a bit of a negative energy. I can't fully remember what happened. We got a bit of a negative vibe. Philip wasn't cooking. So I went, oh, I'll speak to you in a bit, yeah? Sparked off. Got on with my night. It was a chiller. Who gives a fuck, man? Got rejected and what? What you think people are out here with 100% hit rate? Not happening, man. And this is what the same thing is for footballers, man. You got to go and put the money down on the players. Go and put the money down on the players. Who cares if they say no? You move on to the next, and then the next, and then the next, and then boom, you get accepted. Yeah, or you get date, you get lucky, man. That's how it works, bro. Who cares, man? Do you know what I'm saying? Who gives a fuck? But when people do it, I see it all the time in the chat, yeah. Oh, bro, I can't remember, man. It was like 12 years ago. I see it all the time in the chat. People go, yeah. Yo, big up you, man. So I was there. LB actually rejected them. He's just being humble. Well, that won't work for the story, bro. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I see it all the time in the chat, and I don't get why people do it. People say this sort of stuff like, oh, you're never going to get Elise. You're never going to get him. So what's the point? And I'm like, what? What is that sort of mentality, man? It's so weird. So would you not have gone for Tevez when he was at United? Would you not have gone for Robinho when he was at Real Madrid? Would you not have gone for Yaya Toure? Would you not have gone for Sergio Aguero? Because at that time, you know what I mean, Atletico would have been a bigger club than City. Would you not have gone for David Silva when he's winning the World Cup with Spain? Would you not have gone for Kyle Walker, get him out of Tottenham? Would you not have gone for Donnarumma now he's at PSG? Why did he give up, though? Why did these people give up before trying, bro? They just... I don't know. You know what it is, yeah? It's because they don't want to get embarrassed, and they get embarrassed by shit. Like, who cares, man? Like what? So Liverpool fans rip us for a bit that they got Verts and we didn't. And what? Who cares? What was the alternative? We just give them a free ride. A free ride. Real Madrid fans cook us. What? I don't even know any Real Madrid fans, bro. I don't stream with no Real Madrid fans. I actually have no Real Madrid fans live anywhere near me. I never see a Real Madrid fan. Yeah, who cares? You've got to get like, you've got to be like, you know what I mean? Shoot for the moon, man. Oh, what did they say? Shoot for the stars, aim for the moon, or some bullshit like that. Yeah, basically, get a rocket and go real high in it. Go as far as you can go, man. Exactly, mate. But this is what I'm saying, man. Like, you know what I mean? Anyway, the whole point that I'm speaking about this, yeah, is because next summer, right? Next summer, I want to see a statement window. I need to see a Liverpool-style window at Manchester City. Yeah, I'm talking, and I'm talking the players that we need to be signing. We're talking Elise quality. Yeah, we're talking. Go and put the money down on Musiala. Got a release clause, 140 million euros. It's 120 million quid, mate. Yeah. In fact, let me get an up-to-date GBP conversion. Yeah. 140 million euros is 120 million pounds. Go buy him. Go buy him. Oh, but where's he going to play? I don't give a fuck where he's going to play. Don't care. Yeah, where did Mahrez play in the treble year? Oh, that's right, on the bench. And guess what? We won the treble. Where did Alvarez play in the treble year? Oh, yeah, on the bench a lot. And we won the treble. Yeah, Foden benched. Walker benched. Yeah, it's like these people, yeah, saw exactly how we won the treble, saw it all unfold, and then just go, I don't want to do that again. I don't want to do it again. No, we can't do that because we can't have players on the bench. What, like when we won the treble, you mean? These people, man. Yo, shout out, not in my lifetime as well. Go get the players. Best players play. Not as good players benched. And if they're not as good players want to leave at the end of the summer, they can leave if they bring the money. And then the crucial part is that you replace them. You don't let them leave. Yeah. In the case of Alvarez, 35 G&A, and then just go, oh, but don't worry, guys. We'll spread the goals across the team. That's the funniest one, man. That was funny when people were saying that to me. Oh, don't worry, LB. We don't need to replace Alvarez. We'll spread the goals across the team. What? What do you mean? What do you mean we're going to spread the fucking 35 goals across the team? That's not how it works. So what? Haaland got 50 goals. So what? You're gonna expect him to score another 7? Nah, that is fucking wild, bro. That is actually wild, man. Yo, big up to Mish, says 2 Billy. City are slaughtering two goats. Man, watch out, says Mish. Right, come on, man. Big up to you, bro. But the renter doesn't want maintenance. The renter. He has to take it out of the renter's hands. Landlord's got to fucking bust in the house, bro. Pause and just go, listen, mate, sorry, boiler needs servicing, windows need fucking replacing. Yeah, don't give a shit about what you think, yeah, because I need to maintain the property. Do you get me? Yeah, the landlord just can't allow the property just to fucking turn to shit. He's got to go around and get it all sorted, whether the renter likes it or not. Honestly, man. It's a crazy one. Exactly. It'll only spread if you've got the players to do it. Yeah, but we didn't have the players to do it because then we'd let Mahrez go as well. Funny enough, actually, yeah. If we still had Mahrez, we probably would have been a doable thing. But obviously, we sold Mahrez. Was it the summer before? Oh no, it was. Oh yeah, it was the summer before. It was the summer before. So that's another thing, yeah, because obviously that's what you've done. You got rid of Mahrez and went, don't worry, guys, we'll replace his goals and we'll spread his goals across the team. Okay, well, then you bought Doku. That's not going to really work. Okay, cool. Then you got rid of Alvarez and you said the same thing again. But you'd still not replaced Mahrez's GNA. That'll be why not buy the whole Bayern Munich team next summer. I put £250 million down on the table or 300 mil down on the table, man, for Musiala and Elise. And let's cook. Yeah. Big up Marvelin says, big up LB. I believe we should have a 3-5-2 system where it should be Gvardiol, Huzanov, and Stones, followed by Doku, Aït-Nouri, Reinders, Cherki, Foden, followed by Marmoush, Haaland. What do you think? I'm down for a sort of a 3 at the back system. I mean, it's never going to be an actual 3 at the back. It'll be 4, but you just let Aït-Nouri go or whatever. And if you do that system, you can keep Aït-Nouri in the team. Because at the moment, I drop him just because we need better defenders, in my opinion. But if you was to go to a specific system like this, then you could obviously keep Aït-Nouri in the side. Yeah, I like it, man. I'm down for it. I'm completely open to that idea. I think it packs the midfield out. You've still got 3 players in midfield. It gives you that protection at the back, and it makes us a little bit more central. I think what it does mean, and this is where, and I want to hear your reply to this. Is for me, if you're playing that system, you need quality on the wings. You need quality on the wings because the wingers, you know, because basically what you're doing there, you're putting all your mint players in the middle. So what's going to happen there is your opposition is just going to pack out the midfield, right? So then you go, right, we need to go around them. My question to you, do you think we have the quality on the wings to do that? If teams go, right, I tell you what, City are putting all the best players in the middle. Marmoush, Haaland, Reinders, Foden, Cherki, Rodri, they're all in the middle. What we're going to do, we're going to pack out the midfield. Do Manchester City, at this moment in time, have the quality on the wings to compensate for that? I say probably not, mate, to be honest with you, if I'm being completely honest. To be honest, yeah, what would probably work there is if you played Savio on the left. Yeah, but he's never going to do that, is he? Yeah, and you know what you probably want to do? You probably want to play Nunes on the right because them two are probably the best players at crossing the ball in our team. But, you know, Savio, who knows what he's doing this year? I have no idea what he's doing. And Nunes, to be fair, I don't have a problem with Nunes if he's away from our own net. Yeah, that's the only problem with Nunes. It's like fucking, what's it called? A metal detector. It's like scanning it. Beep, 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 beep. Like if you get Nunes away from our net, I'm completely fine with him. And in fact, I actually think he's pretty fucking good, mate. If I'm gonna, say it quietly, yeah, I actually think he's pretty fucking good. My problem with Nunes is when he's near our own net, mate. Yeah, danger zone. Beep, 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 beep. You know what I'm saying? So if you just said to Nunes, right, you're playing right wing back, get away from our net, get crosses into Haaland, yeah, because his crossing is probably one of the best crosses in this team, yeah. He's probably one of the best crosses in this team. I'm not a problem with that. And you put Savio on the left-hand side. He's a mint at crossing the ball on the left. And then, finally, you're crossing the ball into the box, which is nice for the 6'5" Don. You've got 2 players in there because Marmoush will be there. And then, hopefully, you'll have the 10 crash in the box as well. I reckon it could work, man. But it's a pipe dream. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen, mate. Yeah? Never going to happen. What's this? Breaking news. What? Record Portugal newspaper are reporting that Nuno Espirito Santo has left Nottingham Forest Football Club. What the hell? Have you guys seen this? That's a madness. Crazy, bro. That's a crazy one. Anyway, smash these likes up as well, people. I literally just seen it, and someone sent it to me on WhatsApp. Matters. Yo, big up MTFC says, LB, why so many Man City fans hate watching Donnarumma on Twitter? I find it very cringe and pathetic. Hasn't even played for us. What a fan base, bro. I don't know. I don't know. Are they actually hate watching? Yeah. Or are they watching and hating what they're seeing? Yeah. Because there's two very different things. Yeah. A hate watch, you're going in with intent, bro. I'm hating you. No matter what you do, I'm hating you. Yeah. Or are they watching and hating what they're seeing and therefore just reporting the news? Yeah, like a media organization. It depends what they're doing. Yeah, if they're watching it and going, the guy's dog shit, I'm watching him and he's poor, fairs. I don't think that's a bad thing because you're just reporting what you've seen. Otherwise, like, you know. But I think if you're purposely gonna watch it and just fucking cook everything he does, no matter if he's even done some good things, that's probably a L, man. Yeah, I'll be real with you, innit? Yeah, exactly, Steve. It's fucking bizarre, mate. But like I say, it's Donnarumma's shit. Drop him and play Trafford. Like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, big up MTN. I don't know, man. Weird, bro. Big up Nice Guy says 4-4-2 where Marmoush moves middle, Norrit left mid. Yeah, but the thing is with a 4-4-2, you think Pep would go for that with only 2 players in the midfield? Or you're inverting a defender like a John Stones. Because some guy actually said on the chat the other day, didn't he, chat? So I can't remember who it was. Sorry, man. Someone in the chat the other day said, "Oh, LB, what you think about running back the treble year with John Stones in the middle?" And I've said, "Listen, I'm down for it. However, it's not 2023 anymore. It's 2025. John Stones is arguably even more vulnerable to injuries than ever before. And do we have the personnel to do it? I don't know if we do. In principle, I'm open to doing it. Yeah. Or do you invert a right back, Rico? Well, you could do that if you want, but no one wants to see Rico these days. Most people, you know what I mean? So, you know, I don't really know what system you could design that'd please everybody in the fan base. And I don't even know if you can do it because we don't have a right back. I literally don't even think you could. I don't think you could design a starting 11 where, not even everyone, because there's always going to be someone moaning, but I don't even think you can get a starting 11 where 90% of everybody goes, yeah, mint. You know what I mean? Because of the right back situation and winger situation. And now, by the looks of it, the fucking goalkeeper situation. The Don is a City player, so I'll back him as long as he's on our jersey. If he's dog, then we play Trafford. Simple. Exactly. Just like any player. Yeah? If Haaland turns to shit, guess what? Drop him and play Marmoush as a striker. If Diaz is crap, drop him and play Huzanov. If Rodri's crap, never going to happen because the guy's fucking mega, drop him and play Nico G. Big ol' LB, we need Hakimi. Drop the bag. Bro, drop the fucking bag, man. Go to PSG next summer and say, yo, 100 mil on the table, best right back in Europe. Yeah? Providing the guy doesn't get fucking done in it, because I'm pretty sure he's getting charged for it. Yeah? Drop the bag. Test the waters, man. Do you know what I mean? Yeah? Well, that's not going to happen now because they give him a new contract, which they should never have done. They should have just said to him, Tom, right, Diaz, we're obviously in the situation at the moment where we're kind of overhauling our defence. We don't think you've been particularly great over the last 2 years. We want to see you get back to high-class levels, which we know you've got in your locker because you were fucking mega 3 years ago. If you do, no problem. Contracts on the table, end of the season, 300 grand a week, whatever, big cash. But now they've locked him in until 2030 or whatever it is. It's not even like, because I know there's always people out there saying, "Oh, stop fucking moaning." Yeah, drop. I'm moaning about it. It's not even about that. It was about, bro. He's not been that great for 2 years, yeah, and you've just signed these new two young centre backs who you'd imagine the club think are good enough to be number one centre back soon. Why did they rush in to give him a deal? That's the only thing for me. Is like, I just don't think they should have rushed into it. He still had 2 years left on the contract, man. Like, there was just no need for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I'm just saying, over the course of the last 2 years, I don't think he's been great. You are right, though. He did get better towards the end of the season. You are right. And I did say that at the time. But still, for the first 6 months, he was still poor. Our rivals aren't asked about Hudson off. They don't rate him. Yeah, they don't rate him. No one rates him because they only really seen that first game. And then that's just in the head. They're just going, he's shit. He made a mistake in his first match. He's dog shit. We've obviously all watched him since then. And we're all really impressed with him. And I think Pep's impressed with him. He played him in the last game against Brighton. And we were better when he was on the pitch. That's a fact. Yeah. So get him in the team, man. I hope he plays this weekend, man. I'll be a bit frustrated if Hudson don't play. Unless he's not fit. But Pep said he's fit. You know what I mean? Diaz has been good more than bad. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. This is not me saying Diaz is shit. Diaz is them 2 years, and first 2 years, Diaz was exceptional. Yeah. Then the last time he won the Premier League, the first 6 to 7 months, he wasn't good. And then he did step up. And I remember saying that at the time. And last year he was poor. And this year, it's not even that he's been poor this year. He's just not really working in the team. I just don't think we should have rushed into the side, man. I can't lie. Facts, bro. We need recovery plays. Bottom line. Facts. Absolute facts, man. Kuzanov is one of the most rapid centre backs I've seen. Says Seeker. Yeah, facts. Facts. How long do you reckon it takes to regular start Huzanov and Gvardiol centre back partnership? Well, it depends on Aït-Nouri. Because if Aït-Nouri defends like he did defend against Brighton, then you've got a fucking problem. You're either going to have to play Gvardiol left back or Ake left back. Yeah. Now, hopefully, that was just a one-off for Aït-Nouri, but he got absolutely ripped apart against Brighton, man. I thought it was crazy. And I don't like saying that about fellow Algerian, However, it just was. Maybe you run Aït-Nouri one more game at left back, play Gvardiol and Huzanov this weekend and see what happens. But if he has another bad game defensively, you're going to have to drop him and play Ake or Gvardiol there. You're going to have to. Why is everyone speaking about Camavinga? Have there been some rumours on Camavinga? Or are you guys just sort of like playing FIFA here? Which I'm doing, by the way. I'm playing FIFA. We got NBA Fan TV with a 15 month that says, smash the like button, Bray. Smashing the likes on my own stream. I can like my own stream. All right, and I'll do it now. It's LB. Emergency meeting, 2 billion in sponsorships next decade. Time to get the techie ballers on the stream. Smash the likes. There we go. Who the fuck's disliked the stream, man? Four pricks dislike the stream. It's all engagement. It's good for the channel. Let's see what else you guys say. Yo, big up Jimmy. Big up to you, bro. Diaz didn't play terrible at any point last season. I thought he was bad last year. I mean, everyone was bad last year in the defense, but he was also bad last year. He was also bad. Gvardiol will be out for a while. Where's this come from? He was in training, bro. I'll find the tweet. He's been in training for like 2 weeks, man. LB, if you need the money, if you need Hakimi pay the money, he's yours. Why on earth would you want to sell him, bro? Why on earth do you want to sell him? That's a bit weird, no? Yeah, I've been on this exercise for 3 hours according to my Fitbit. Mad. Why do you want to sell him? Nah, Gvardiol's been in training for like 3 weeks. Watch, I'll find it now. Gvardiol. Yeah. Where is it? Look. Look at this. Josko Guardiola continued to train with the City first team today. That was, yeah, on the 22nd of August. 22nd of August. That is 2.5 weeks. And I think he was training about a couple of days before that as well. So where's he been then? What's happened to him now? Do you know what I mean? Martin Techy has ligament damage. Well, why the fuck has he been? Why has he been training then? You know what I mean? What's all that about? He's been training. He's literally been in training, and he's got ligament damage. That can't be that can't be true, man. It can't be true. Honestly, mad. There's a reason they're being silent about his injury, but they was literally photographed in training. They're not being. I just don't think they are. It's crazy, bro. Why has he not gone Croatia? Maybe they didn't want him to risk him. You know what I mean? Maybe they didn't want to risk him. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they didn't want risks in that. So maybe that's the thing. That'll be why Bob not go then. You're waffling. Waffling. What do you mean? Why did Bob not go? Bob's not injured either. Bob's not even. Did you see the news? Bob said, "Bro, I thought I was injured. They scanned me and they said it was fine, so I'm chilling." Yeah. He's fine, bro. Yeah, of course they're not. They're the best two fullbacks in the world, bro. They're the best two fullbacks in the world, man. Honestly. Crazy, man. LB, do you think we need a Wharton or Baleba next year? I think we need physicality. Well, yeah, we've had this discussion a lot. I previously said go and get Adam Wharton. However, I'm changing my mind, man. Over the last probably 5 weeks, or like, well, maybe since the season started, I've started to change my mind on it. I think we need to fucking dominate her. Yeah, now, yeah, we've got the 2 bill, as AJ said. We've got the cash. Go get them both, man. Fuck it. Remember, you're going to be losing Kovacic next year. You're going to be losing Bernardo Silva next year. That's 2 gone. Yeah. Nico G is still up in the air as to whether or not he's any good. Nobody knows yet. We'll find out this season. Go get them both. Go drop 200 million and get them both, man. You've got your dominator. Yeah, you're playing a game where you need a little bit more off the ball work, belabor. You need a little, you're playing against a team that's going to sit. Like, for example, you're playing against a team that's going to sit on the edge of the box the whole game, like Arsenal. Yeah, just go and play Adam Wharton. That was an easy one. That, sorry, chat. That was an easy one. I don't know. I'm apologizing. So one Arsenal fan that's in the chat. That was too easy. I'm sorry, man. But yeah, like, you got different options, and then as well, if you get Wharton, there you go. Yeah. Cover for Rodri. Plus, you can then reduce Rodri's minutes, extend his career out a little bit more. Because at the moment, this guy's going to be cooked by the time he's 32. Yeah. If you go and get Wharton, you can maybe reduce Rodri's minutes by 30% across a season. Play Wharton in there. Yeah, Wharton can also play with Rodri if you wanted him to as well. And then you're cooking on gas. And maybe you'll get Rodri till he's 35. Yeah, hopefully. But you've got to start thinking about the long-term plan of Rodri. You've got to start thinking about it, yeah? Because like I said for years, man, we should have bought the KDB replacement the year KDB left. And it was true. We should have bought the KDB replacement last summer. KDB last year was poor. Yeah. Because he couldn't get fit and he was never fit. Do you remember when we was it the Real Madrid game? We didn't play him. Oh, no, he got hooked off at Liverpool, I think. Or we didn't play him a summer. And then we basically give him a rest. We started him against Real Madrid. Guy was blowing after 60 minutes. We should have bought the KDB replacement last year. We need to learn from that mistake. Yeah, we need to learn from that mistake, man. How would you sell it to Wharton to come to City over Liverpool? I'd sell it to him by saying, right, first of all, mate, yeah, you're going to be learning from Pep Guardiola, yeah, who played in that position himself, and Rodri, the guy who's just won the fucking Ballon d'Or. Yeah, second of all, you'll be closer to your family, yeah, because you're from Blackburn, right? So that's better as well. And thirdly, yeah, fucking pickles, mate, yeah. You just tell him the facts. If you don't want to join us, you don't want to join us. Do you know what I mean? You got to say it to him, man. Yeah, but if Verts don't want to join, bro. If Adam Wharton decides he don't want to join, Adam Wharton just decides not to join. What can you do? You can't kidnap the geezer. You just got to tell him what the plan is. And if he says no, he says no. Cool, no problem. Move on to the next. Belabor. Go and get him. Go and get him, man. You know what, as a left winger? Well, it depends if we're playing inverters or not. Are we playing inverted wingers? I want to give Savio a try on the left. I've already said I want to try him on the left, man. I want to give Savio a go on the left-hand side. I think Savio might cook on the left. That's where I've seen him the majority of the time at Girona when he was cooking on gas. Yeah, that's where he had his best games last year, statistically speaking. From an outputs perspective, yeah, it was on the left-hand side, not the right-hand side. And I think I've seen him play better on the left, just generally. Yeah. Now on the right-hand side, he might look better doing the cutting in shit, but it leads to nothing a lot of the time. Yeah. So I want to give Savio a go on the left-hand side. But if he doesn't cook, then you got to sign someone. And that depends on to be fair, this day and age, there's not really that many left midfielders that are top class that are not inverted. Yeah, the modern game is typically inverted wingers. So I don't really know off the top of it. You could go Yildiz, but again, like, is he a little bit too young? Do you know what I mean? I do actually like the look of him. I've only seen him a couple of times, but he does look good. But is he a bit too young? Again, hashtag no to projects, man. Hashtag no to projects. So I don't know what you do. Lookman's a decent player, man. Is he homegrown? It all depends on whether he was in England for 3 years between 15 and 21. So potentially. He might have left a little bit early, though. I don't know. But he's a good player. But is he at the City level? Maybe he is. Maybe he is. I mean, to be fair, I watched him quite a lot last year when we was doing the Edison watch-alongs at Atalanta in January. And the guy was fucking mega. I remember watching him against Real Madrid. He cooked him. He's homegrown. Yeah. But right winger for me, you've got to go all in for Elise. You've got to go all in for Elise. And yeah, Kvaratskhelia is another one. Them two players should have been at Manchester City, Elise and Kvaratskhelia, and that would have cost you 110 million euros. Well, we spent 75 on Doku and Savio. It would have only cost you an extra 50 mil. Or 40 million euros. It's about 30 million quid, and you would have had Elise and Kvaratskhelia ready-made players. Yeah. You've got to go and put the money down on the table for Elise, boys. You've just got to do it, man. You've got to do it. You've got to do it. You've got to do it. And if he says no, let me ask you a question, yeah? Let me ask you a question, chat. Hypothetical situation, hypothetical scenario. Bukayo Saka gets to next summer and he's still not signed a contract with Arsenal. He's got 1 year left on his contract. What are you guys saying? Tell me what you're saying. 1 year left on his contract next summer. You can't get Elise. Let's say Elise said no. Let's say, for example, yeah. Let's say Elise said, nah, I want to stay at Bayern. Hypothetical scenario. Bro, I'm taking him, bro. I'm taking him at City, man. I'd take Saka, mate. I'd rather have Elise. I think Elise is clear. However, I would still take Saka. I'd still take Saka. I don't rate him as highly as the Arsenal fans do, but I think his crossing ability, yeah, the way he dinks the ball in, I think him and Haaland could work quite well, and he gets me output. And I know football's not all about G&A, but you know, someone that you can rely on to get your 25 G&A a season who's not a striker in this current team, I think we could really benefit from. Like I say, I would definitely prioritise Elise over Saka. I think he's a better player. I think he's a better football player. I think he's got higher potential. Yeah. But if you could get Saka as a second replacement. I mean, who else? Who else, chat? Let's go through some other alternatives, because we didn't actually have this conversation the other day. Right, let's say you can't get Elise. He says, no, I want to stay at Bayern. And let's just say Saka's staying at Arsenal, right? Yamal. Fucking test the waters, man. Send the cash. Yeah, it's going to cost a fucking lot of money, man. But who gives a shit? Put the bid in and see what happens, man. If it gets silly, it gets silly. Walk away. Yeah? But why don't you go to Barcelona next summer and go, you know what? Here's 175 million. See what they say. They've got financial difficulties. They might go, you know what? Fuck it. We'll take it. We'll just play the Rafinha off the right. Listen, they'll probably say no, innit? They'll probably say no. But who gives a fuck? Put the bid in. What are they going to say? Yeah. Who else? Rodrigo. Yeah, Rodrigo's available. He'd be available. Who else? Who else, chat? Anthony. Palmer. You could go and get Palmer at Chelsea and say, bro, come back to City. You're going to stick on right wing. You're going to Mahrez, running it back, which is what you should have done. You could go and get him. Rafinha. Yeah, that's a shout. The winger market is dead. I don't think the winger market is completely dead. I just think it's more stacked on the right-hand side, isn't it? I think it's heavily, heavily more stacked on the right-hand side. And I know like there's a couple of those players camped on the left. Like I think Rafinha has played a few games on the left or plays on the left-hand side. But I think the right wing market is actually pretty strong. When I say market, I mean like there's good players there. The left wing market, I mean, I'm struggling to think, chat here, of some decent, because we've got to listen. We've got to think of it inverted. You've got to think. Unfortunately, I prefer. Well, I don't prefer it. I wish we could be more fluid. Yeah, but what left wingers are there out there that are inverted wingers? Who's out there? Doué. Yeah, Doué is actually a shout. Barcola. It's them two, isn't it, really? Vinny Jr. Yeah, Doué or Barcola. It's I just feel like it's not as good, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not taking Nico Williams, man. Nah, I ain't taking him. Garnacho, get out of here, Ryan. Yo, big up for the super thanks on the video yesterday, man. I appreciate it. Cavaradonna. Yeah, but you know what, Ryan? Yeah, look at the difference there, right? So I'm looking at that, right? And I'm going, okay, Williams, nah, not for me. Kvara, tick. I'd take that one all day long. Barcola, I would take him, but I'm not a massive fan. Doué, I think, has incredible potential, but is still, for me, a bit more of a potential player. But he's more along the development graph of look, I'll do the graph on paint, man, so you guys can see what the fuck I'm talking about, yeah? Because some of you guys ain't getting it, man. Yeah, I see this all the time. People in the chat don't understand what I'm talking about, right? Well, here, you're going to find out for once and for all. This is what I mean. Right, so here you have world class, yeah? And then you have age/time. I think I've done this the wrong way around. I've done this wrong. Well, basically, we'll just do it in it and see if it works. Yeah, but basically what happens is, yeah, I don't know how this works, but basically it goes like this, innit? Yeah. So basically, right, what you want to be doing is buying players like here, innit? Or here. In this region. Yeah. Because here, yeah, this is where they're taking off. They're about to get to world-class status. So you think of this, yeah? You think of Bernardo Silva. You think of Mahrez. You think of Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah, you think of Edison. Right? This is the region. This is the region here of players. Bernardo, Mahrez, Walker. Shit. Oh, shit. Oh, fucking hell. We're having an absolute stinker. I don't know what's happening here, boys. Yeah, so we're talking Bernardo, Mahrez, Walker, Edison, Dino, Rodri. Yeah? Players, right? Players that are taking off They're taking off, approaching the world-class level. And if you think about it, that is what formed Manchester City's dominance, buying players that were not quite world-class, but getting there, yeah? And even if they were world-class, maybe we bought them after one good year. So you could say, oh, well, to be fair, Kevin De Bruyne was world-class. Yeah, but he did one good year. You know what I mean? They were all in this bracket. Now, some of them might have been, yeah, some of them might have been like here. Some of them might have been here. Some of them might have been here. Right? But fundamentally, they were all in this fucking graph. Then what happened, and this is no disrespect, I'm just speaking facts. We went down here. Savio, Doku, yeah. And what else did we do? We went here. Nunes, Phillips. And what's happened here, chat? Yeah, it's quite clear to me what's happened, right? It's very clear to what's happened, right? Simple situation. When you're buying potential sometimes goes like this. It doesn't always fucking go up. And that's why I hate potential. This is why I hate the fucking buying young players thing. And this is why I always get on at Chelsea, and Chelsea fans hate me. It's because I do not think it's a legit strategy to buy potential. Yeah? Because they don't always go up. If they always went up, the best managers in the world would never have bought anybody over the age of 24 because they just go and buy a bunch of 20-year-olds. There's a reason Ferguson, when he lost the title in 2012, went out and bought Robin van Persie. It's because he needed proven play. He needed a world-class striker. It doesn't work. You can have a blend. You can get a couple of these, yeah? But it doesn't always work, man. That's just the truth, innit? Yeah, I don't know what's happened there, man. Like, oh, that's... Right? So that's what's happened. And then what's happened is, yeah, you've gone two. So that's the Savio and Doku thing. So far, these guys haven't been... This guy's hasn't taken off, yeah? So at the moment, Savio and Doku are still here on this level, yeah? They've maybe Savio's like here, yeah? And you're hoping he goes like this year, but he might just go like that, right? Doku, for me, is just flatlined. I've not seen any improvement at Manchester City since he's come to the club, so he's flatlining. I need a real big spike here, otherwise he's got to go this summer. Nunes has come in. He's not been able to go up the curve and become a Mahrez and a Walker and a Dino. He's just, unfortunately, he's probably done all right. He's probably like that. Yeah, but you're just not good enough. And Phillips, with due respects, bang. You know what I mean? So this is why, and so, okay, so this is what I keep on saying. Manchester City, I believe, yeah, have realised the error of their ways and attempted to fix it. So if we look at the signings this season, where would you put the signings? Well, Reinders goes in here, yeah, because he's in that level, right? Who else we got? So Reinders is there. He's towards the upper end, right? Then you've got sort of Ait Nori, who's probably down here, yeah, not world class, but on the list. You've got Cherky, who's probably similar sort of position. He's already doing a lot better than some other players, but again, he's still in that sort of early takeoff phase. This is no particular order. Then you got Donnarumma. Yeah, again, this is no particular order. Yeah, Donnarumma's obviously towards the top. Yeah, don't matter. Basically, they're all in the circle. Yeah, Trafford's probably down here. Yeah. Again, this is don't take this too like literally, yeah, but he's probably there with like the Savile and Doku. And you're hoping Trafford gets in the team and goes like that, yeah, but it's probably not going to happen. So that's why I say I believe, yeah, that Manchester City have realised the error of their ways, because for me, all the players that they're signing are either in the circle or at least very close. In the case of Ait Nori, I think he's pretty close to being like here. Cherky the same. But unfortunately, with a couple of these players, yeah, Savio and Doku, we bought them way too early. We needed to give them another year. All potential needs time to take off, but sometimes it never takes off, bro. Sometimes it doesn't take off. That's the point. That's the point. Sometimes they don't take off. Sometimes they don't. Yeah. Who was that guy? Ravel Morrison, the guy who played for United. He was meant to be the next world-class thing. Didn't take off. Dele Alli. He was meant to be mint. He's fucking retiring from football. Yeah, what about Vladimir Weiss? Remember him when he was at City? Vladimir Weiss? Yeah, he was meant to go world-class. Next Ronaldo. What the fuck is he doing now? Yeah, sometimes it don't happen. And that's why I don't like the strategy. And that's why I always get onto Chelsea. And Chelsea fans hate me for it. But it's not I got anything against Chelsea. It's just I don't like that strategy. Not a fan of that. Yeah. Kayeke. Oh, he's going to be next Neymar. Bang. No, he wasn't, bro. I seen 2 minutes of him at Rotherham away and he was shit. And I was like, he's not going to make it. Bye. Ronnie Lopez. Yeah. He was meant to be another one like that. No, he had a good career. So he probably went like that. Yeah, he left City and probably went like that. Fair dues. I think he had a decent career. I think he went to Monaco and cooked for a little bit, but fundamentally, he never got up to the levels that you wanted because it's potential. And potential don't always work. And that's why I think it's a shit strategy. A dog shit strategy. And that's what's caused Manchester City to fundamentally struggle over the last 2 years. Send Matt in the link chat, don't worry. But tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that I'm wrong. You can't tell me I'm wrong because it's legit. You literally can't even argue with me. It's 100% facts. 100% facts. Yo, big up nice guy says, get me a right back on Mark Guay in Liverpool. I'm not going in. Bro, so for me, yeah, I genuinely believe that the Mark Guay signing is another one that would be in that circle. It would be here, bro. And you're waiting for him to pop off. I'm not worried about midfield with the team chemistry. Would be back on top, says nice guy. Fairs. I still think you need a fucking winger, but you get a centre half, you get a right back, and you should be decent, man. Bill Joseph says I miss Mahrez and Sane, man. Yeah, me too, bro. Me too. Yeah, again, yeah. I mean, you bring in Mahrez in, just won the Premier League with Leicester. Yeah, you brought Sane in, cooking on gas, Schalke. Yeah, and again, Sane was probably down here at the time when we bought him. Yeah, it was still project. However, he came in and went like that. Quick time. Within a year. Doku's still like this. After 2 years. Savio's had 1 year. Savio's done all right. He's probably on this sort of trajectory right now. But we need Savio to go like this year, man. Yeah, that's what we need, bro. Yamal Kvaratskhelia, Hakimi next year, treble again. Come on, man. This is what we need. Get the cash out. Thoughts?
I'm just admiring your graph.
It is right, though, isn't it? Like, I know it's stupid and that, but it is.
I know what you're doing, but I get you.
It is facts, though, isn't it? I know it looks stupid and it's paint and that, but it is actually facts.
I've just been in a Newcastle stream and been absolutely destroyed. Newcastle fans don't like us anymore. Need warning just before you move on.
Why?
Oh, they hate us.
What have we done now?
We're part of the cartel now. We've sold out.
Well, Manchester City, we're always going to do what's best for Manchester City. So,
well, just you need to stop this. Newcastle fans, my word. We're a cartel. We're a.
I always saw Newcastle fans in the chat. Who always used to come in the chat and say, "Oh, LB, love you, mate." I said, "I guarantee you, there'll come a day when you fucking don't like us anymore."
Yeah, well, that day's here. That day is here. I do a show and I'm even getting like, you seen some of the replies from Newcastle fans? Wow. Woof.
Well, like I say, for me, I don't think City have done anything wrong. You know, they rejected our case here. They rejected our Etihad deal, right? And City then said, fuck you. We need to get this deal through. So City looked at the APT. They tore it apart. Then they went again. And instead of pushing it, yeah, City went, hang on a minute, let's talk. Let's negotiate. You don't want this APT case, right?
No.
We'll drop the case, but you got to look at our Etihad deal again. They've gone, all right, sound, because we don't want to look like mugs, yeah? Because that'll cause uproar because of the old 0% interest loans from the shareholders, and they've gone, all right, see you later. It's a deal, mate. Yeah, it's just a deal. You want to make your own deal, make your own fucking deal.
There's
then.
only interest in football. There's no such thing as friends.
Facts, bro. Exactly.
This is billions and billions of pounds here we're talking about. This is not playtime after school. I don't know what people were expecting. What people thought 15 years of shitting all over our football club and the name of it, and the name of our owners and where they're from and the way they is. You thought we were going to stand up and be counted and look out for everyone else. Get out of town. City have looked after their own, and that's what they need to look after. City have had this, we're not ruthless enough, thrown at them for so long now. Well, now we're getting ruthless. What it is people don't like it now because the bear's shown its claws. And what this is the point. What was Manchester City just meant to sit down, bend over, and take it forever? But when was enough?
Yeah.
And people got to say they were settled. No, we've settled that suited us. We've got the better end of the deal here. We're going to get a world record sponsorship deal with Abu Dhabi Palace, Abu Dhabi First Bank, Etihad Airlines, shirt sponsor, and stadium rights. And we'll win 115. And next summer, I call it now, I think City will have a summer very similar, if not more, than Liverpool next season.
We need it. Otherwise,
we've cleared the decks. And what we've done is now we've got 34 players out. So we've got our 34-man squad trimmed right down. And now we can go.
Sacks, by the way.
And that's what happens when you chase dreams.
Yeah, but no. It is like I said it before on the stream. You were probably on another stream, probably here. But I said City next summer, they need to go big in the market. They've got to be ruthless. Yeah, if players are not up to standards or have dropped off for multiple years, they need to be sold. Right, we got to decide what this football club is. Are we just here to chill and we just play players and we just do potential for 3, 4, 5, 6 years? All while, by the way, they're all getting paid 200 grand a week, probably. Yeah, they're not doing it for free. They're not local Mancunians playing out the goodness of the heart. Yeah, no. They're getting fucking paid millions of pounds.
And you know what? Do you know what I just pray for? And this is, I think, me and you about this discussion. Me and you about when did we first have this discussion about squad signings? When did I first mention to you about signing too many squad players? Is it 3 years ago?
Not sure.
It was a while ago.
Not sure.
And we just paid the price for that. We didn't strengthen after the treble. It is what it is. Now we're course correcting under Viana. We're going to course correct.
Yeah.
We're going to get rid of the crap.
Yeah, facts.
Well, some of them are all crap. Some of them are legends that have just come to the end of the time. Such as Gundo, etc. And it will continue next summer when Bernardo probably leaves, John Stones probably leaves, Ake probably leaves. And when I'm seeing links already to a Mark Gay in January, that's telling me the club wants to be serious.
Where have you seen that link? I've not seen that link.
That's come up from a few people. They did make an inquiry reportedly a few weeks back, but his heart was on Liverpool, but that's collapsed now because Liverpool apparently want to wait till the summer to do a freebie.
I'll be surprised at that. I think
they've offered Canati a new deal.
Yeah, well, apparently he rejected it. He wants to go to Real Madrid, doesn't he?
Rejected it again. I don't know. They've offered him a new one.
I think it's quite clear that he probably wants to leave Canati.
I believe my only fear is now is that this isn't too late for Pep Guardiola.
It's too late this year.
No, I mean long term.
Well, he's not got 1 year after his contract, so do you mean next year?
That's what I mean. Well, if you want to extend
because
in the meantime.
No, because what they've done this summer is they've bandaged the wound. I think what they've done, before this summer, we were bleeding out, man. That's the facts. We were bleeding out. We were in the mud. Yeah, this summer, what we've done is we've bandaged the wound. We've stopped the bleeding. Yeah, but I'm still fucking limping, man. So next summer, Yeah, it's about you've got to go. This is why next summer for me there can be no fucking about. You've got to go in there big. We need
I
a fucking
agree.
quality right back.
No,
We
no,
need at
forget
least two
summer. I
midfielders.
told you this. January is when
I
it
don't think we'll
begins.
sign. I don't think we'll sign a single
January
player.
it begins.
I don't think we will. I listen. I'm all down for it, man. I'm just telling you what I
He
think.
don't want it. He wants to wait.
No. Trust me. I fucking want us to sign everyone in January. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think we'll sign a single player in January, to be honest. But yeah, the point is, by next summer, yeah, by the start of the season next year, we need all our players done. Yeah, I think you're going to need, and this is just what I think. You don't have to agree. I think you're going to need 2 wingers because the 3 that we have, I don't think are going to be good enough. Yeah, I think you're going to need 2 midfielders because I think Bernardo's going to leave. Kovacic will probably leave, and I'm getting the vibe that Pep isn't a massive not liking what he's seeing from Nico. That's just my vibe. I like Nico G. That's the vibe I get from it, and I think you're going to need a right back, and you might need a centre half.
You know why he doesn't like what he's getting from Nico? Because Nico can't do what you saw from Rodri.
I don't know what I like him. I'm just telling you what my opinion is.
If you look now, he's generally after ball carriers. You go back to I studied it over the weekend a lot because I thought, you know, when something bugs you and you're like, why are we only doing this for so long and then we're stopping? And it was like, why did he want Gibbs White? Why did he want this player? And I thought, right, he wants ball carriers, runners. So if you look, the opposition generally go man mark marking, 2 men marking, 3 men marking, yeah? And they closes down. So what he wants is ball. And I tell you what, come up with. People said Mamouche was a bit greedy against Brighton, which I agreed with, watching it back. And I thought, why is Mamouche constantly going through the middle? And remember, Mamouche was trying to do, the little ball over his head, the little flick that he tried 2 or 3 times. And Oscar Bob was committing his man and then doing Rabonas instead of putting the ball across. And I'm like, what? There's a reason why they're keeping hold of this ball so long. And then it clicked. He wants ball carriers. Instead of passing the ball out now, he wants the players to gamble, basically. So you look where Rodri and Bernardo were collecting the ball from Trafford. They were virtually next to him. Rodri was deeper in the back line. But he's got his back to play. That's the part Nico G struggles at. Receiving the ball with his back to play, because in all fairness, he's not 6. He's not a 6, and he's not been asked to do that role. Calvin Phillips was never going to do that role because watching for Leeds, it was in a double pivot, and he launched the ball 30 yards. Pep's not asking anyone to launch the ball 30 yards now. He wants close control, Rodri. Bernardo, how many times you see Bernardo come inside now, virtually standing next to the goalkeeper? Give me the ball. I'm going to travel with it out.
Yeah.
That's why he wants Nunes and Rico, because Nunes and Rico can run out with the ball. Yes, they're going to have bozo moments, as you call them, but Nico can run with. He is a ball carrier. Rico can ball carry. Rico's problem, Rico and Nico, is his strength.
Yeah, no,
for ball carrying out. You can't 100%. Do it.
But the point is, though, yeah, this is going to cost a lot of money next summer, and we can't be cheaping out, man. If I start seeing shit next year saying, "Oh, Manchester City don't value this player this much, so they're not going to go in for him," like I saw with Nuno Mendes, like I seen with Bruno G, then just fucking call the whole thing off, man. Because look, what's the fucking point, man? And the thing is, yeah, and again, I know I've said this about 500 million times, but the reason this it winds me up is because it's fake news. If you would have just bought Bruno G when you had the chance, you wouldn't be in this situation now with the midfield. And last year, we might have actually had a chance of winning something last year with Bruno G in the midfield. Yeah,
they should have just paid
Nuno Mendes, 40 million. City could have got him for 40 million quid. Yeah, no, don't want to pay the 40 million.
No, now apparently they wanted them. Apparently, João Neves was only so much money to PSG.
Yeah, but Nuno Mendes, we could have got Nuno Mendes. He was 40 million.
Oh, Mendes. Yeah. Well, Mendes
didn't want to pay it.
Was that January about 3 years? When was that? About 3 years ago?
I don't. It was about 3 years ago. Yeah. But we've not had a left back. We've not had a left back for a decade. So.
No, not a right back for a decade.
No.
Just switched it. Pep did say only one fullback, though. If you remember in the summer, he did say only one fullback. He said a fullback. He didn't say fullbacks.
Yeah.
No, but I'm confident. I think today's massive. It's shown me. By the way, what it has shown me, Purple Panel put a great tweet out earlier on. By the way, people's understanding of English comprehension is absolutely in the mud. Because the amount of people who open spaces and everything jumping around thinking City would be guilty of 115, they clearly hadn't read anything that was going out.
I shit myself when I seen that statement, by the way, because I didn't.
Did you?
I didn't get any messages off anyone saying, "Oh, someone sent me the WhatsApp message of the link to Man City website, and all it come up with on the WhatsApp was club statement, Manchester City." And I was like, I was at the gym, and I was like, "Oh my fucking god, what is this?" And then I clicked it, and I knew straight away as soon as I clicked it and I seen it, I was like, "Oh, this is APT." But I crapped myself for a minute there. I was like, "Oh my god, is this it? Is this it? Is this the 115?"
It's that word settlement in it. That settlement word is what triggered everyone, because people think what I was just gathering over on Newcastle show was just on was they think we've agreed a deal with the Premier League, and they put us in the mind of we're no better than Liverpool, United.
Well, we have agreed a deal with the Premier League. That's a fact.
Yeah, but that's what they think now. We've sold our soul to get that deal.
No. The whole point of this, you've got.
I've explained this to him, but didn't want to listen.
Manchester City took the Premier League on. It's not Manchester City's responsibility to fight the Premier League on every little thing, every rule that everybody. If you don't think the rules are good, how about you fucking deal with it? Yeah, Manchester City approached the Premier League over this APT for one reason and one reason over. The Premier League screwed Manchester City over on the Etihad deal. Manchester City felt that Etihad deal was fair. The Premier League said it wasn't fair. So Man City went, well, fuck this, yeah? You caused us shit, yeah? We're going to cause you shit. So they took on the APT. They won the first one, caused a load of hassle. A load of journalists played it down and said, actually, you know, this win that City have got is nothing. I've seen all the tweets. I've seen that Rob Draper tweet. I don't know if he's tweeted today. Funny enough, last time I checked, he hadn't, even though he was saying that this had absolutely nothing. Let me see if I can find it. Has he tweeted? Still not tweeted. But that Rob Draper, who is he anyway? He's a Guardian, obviously fucking Guardian. Guardian journalist. He tweeted when City won that first APT case that it means nothing. Nothing's going to change. Oh, just the fact that Manchester City are now going to get a £1 billion sponsorship deal, which might actually go up to maybe 1.6 billion by the turn of the decade deal. That's why Manchester City did it. It's not up to Manchester City. It's not Manchester City's responsibility. Yeah, it's not Manchester City's responsibility to fight every single rule. Manchester City's responsibility is to themselves. Yeah, that's it. It's to put them in the best clubs, which is why I've always said this as well. Yeah, I've always said this as well. Even though all those clubs that voted in this PSR are snaky as fuck, they did the best by themselves. They were right to do it based off what they wanted to do themselves. They wanted to protect their club. They wanted to make sure their club was always at the top. Now, it's not right from a sporting context. Obviously, it's not right, but they did it to protect themselves. That is the only responsibility of football clubs, is to fight and act in their best interests. My best interests. I fight for my best interests. Yeah, you fought for your best interests. That's what the clubs are doing. So it's not Manchester City. Manchester City have not done anything wrong here. Yeah, we've now got the deal we got with Etihad. Yeah, it's probably going to help us even more because this growth rate, which is you read a lot of what people are saying. A lot of this whole Etihad deal declined sponsorship deal was over the growth rate of how much the sponsorship grew year by year. The Premier League said it was extremely aggressive, which means it's a high percentage number. So instead of it growing by 1 or 2% a year, maybe it's growing by 5, 6, 7, or 8, maybe more. Well, if you do the maths on that over a 10-year period, you're pretty much doubling what you're getting. So if City are getting this through, this is why I'm saying it's a 2 billion in sponsorships, because that's just the Puma and the Etihad deal, but it could be more like 2.5 billion, 3 billion. So
Like we said, that you got to remember with this APT, it was never meant to be public knowledge, was it? It was never meant to be fully out in the public domain. It was meant to be something privately done. And I can't remember who broke it. It might even been that bloody Pratt Ziegler again, or whatever his name. Was it somebody broke the news about it anyway. But I think Stefan Boulson mentioned this, LBO. Why aren't Newcastle fighting this themselves?
Fighting themselves.
And I'm not trying to be because I've said to them tonight. I believe the rules are against them, but fight. Why aren't they getting spot? Do you know what it is? I think Newcastle, and I get it. I think they think the world's against them. Liverpool have gone in and took their guy,
Which it is.
Which yeah, and coming and took their guy. I think they thought City were on their side, and we're going to look after them and fight this all the way. No, City are looking after City.
City are on City's side.
Yeah, Pep said there are no friends, there are interests only.
Yeah, facts.
And I'm sorry, and this is going to sound very cruel.
Julio Cesar, bro.
5 years ago, before you got taken over, you wanted to put City in the mud.
Mm.
Do you think Khaldoon Al-Mubarak ever forgot that?
Facts.
I know that's harsh, and I know that might sound a bit dickish, but you wanted to put us in the mud.
Just interest, man. Like, I don't really understand what people are wanting City to do it. Like, at the end of the day, yeah, we can't do cooking good for doing, can't do right for doing wrong. At the end of the day,
I think Tommy's put a tweet out today. You understand? Listen, I think Tommy's put something about he feels though Newcastle feels the drawbridge is City have won, then pulled the drawbridge up and gone. Thanks very much.
Yeah, but again, with all due respect, yeah, why if it mattered that much to them, they should have done it themselves. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If my future is in the hands of this situation, and someone says, "You know what, Lewis? Yeah, you can go and address this situation, or you can let someone else do it for you." Guess which option I'm fucking saying? I'm taking my own option, bro. I'm gonna do it myself and let someone else do it for me, am I? Do you know what I'm saying? There's a situation I'm gonna do myself. So it's all bollocks, man.
Do you know what it is, LB? And I said this tonight. Some of their fans, because I know Pete exactly, I know Baz and that, really top guys, genuine fans. But stop deflecting and ask your owners the hard question. Why are they not getting a training ground sponsor? Why are they not getting a kit sponsor? Why are they not getting whatever sponsor?
Yeah, this guy fucking gets it. It's our own fault. We haven't even tried to stretch the rules.
That's what I'm saying.
And by the way, yeah, I've been saying this to these guys as well. Fucking break the rules. Look at Forest. Forest broke the rules. Got a point deduction. They almost fucking got Champions League last year.
But they don't even have to now. They've sold these out. They're all right, PSR wise.
Yeah, but that's what I think. That's the point that guy's making. Is that like at no point have they ever tried to stretch the rules.
But in all fairness, City about to sell. Did we not sell Julian Alvarez for 90 million quid?
Well, I don't think we have to sell him.
No, but we have.
Yeah, we sold players. We sold players, but we have to sell him. We sold him because
we have. They've chosen not to sell anyone for 5 years.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm trying to help yourself. You cannot expect everyone else to fight your battles.
I feel, I agree. I feel like Newcastle, have, and again, I think this is directed at the board, right? And maybe, learning mistakes. They've only owned the club a few years, like whatever it is. So maybe they're going to learn from this. But they've ended up with a lot of high quality players, high demand players with high value.
Good business. Great
but
business.
Then they've not been able to back those players with better players because of PSR. So they've not tried to stretch the rules, but they've also not sold anybody to free up cash and to then reinvest and make the squad better. So yeah, they've kind of like, it's weird, man, because at the end of the day, like they've still done a good job, but in hindsight, should they have maybe sold a Bruno G to Manchester City 2 years ago for, City would have paid 80 million. Should they maybe have sold him for 80 to free up cash? Maybe. Should they have? I don't know, man. It's tricky. It's hard because no one wants to sell the best players, especially when you're growing. What sort of message does that send out? If you're Newcastle, you're selling one of your best players. But at the same time, it's like that. This is the world we operate in now. And I fucking don't like it. I don't like this whole PSR shit. I'm sure Newcastle fans don't like it, but maybe they probably should have done a little bit more.
And I've said that. I do feel for them. I feel for them.
I think they should have just broke the rules, man. I'm gonna be real with you.
But I'm not being funny. Chelsea, I mean, everyone goes about Chelsea. But see how much Chelsea made this summer?
Yeah, I think it's about like
Over
400 million.
330 odd million quid.
Yeah, sold a lot of players. Yeah,
Come on. So, sometimes you got to help yourself a little bit. That's all
I
I'm saying.
agree. I agree.
I'm not trying to be a dick. I think they're a great club and I think they've done marvellous, but don't blame us. Don't call us a sellout when we've taken the shitty end of the stick for bear on 20 years.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Enough's enough now.
Yeah, exactly, mate. We've done a deal here to suit ourselves. Like, bro, we've been getting shit for 20 years ever since we got bought, mate. Yeah. So, and at the same time, yeah, as much as I like Newcastle and that, like your previous owners, which I know you don't like as well, they did vote for a lot of these rules, man. Not the APT rules, but the PSR rules, which started it all off in the first place, man. So,
yeah.
Like, listen, I wish them all well. I wish Newcastle well, yeah, in the whole case and the whole PSR shit. I hope they can sort it out, yeah, because I like Newcastle and I think
want them up there challenging. I'm not saying I don't.
Well, don't start fucking blaming us for your fucking
all
bullshit,
of a sudden,
mate.
in the last 6 hours, they decided to throw shit at us for some weird reason.
Like I say, it's not all of them though. Like that first fan that just come up on that tweet was saying he's a Newcastle fan. He says it's their own fault.
Oh no, I've just been in a Newcastle show and I was getting super chats calling us Karl rats and all sorts.
The thing is, yeah, some fans, and we've got them in our own fan base. Yeah, you was one last year where they don't want to say anything negative about their own.
No, but I don't say no. You don't want to do this. You were using wild comments 2 games in. I was like,
I was all right.
No, because I still think it was a crisis. It was the most informed team from January till May. Manchester City. Piss off.
No, but it wasn't in a crisis at that point. It was out.
We're in a crisis then. Yeah, but it was the umps who got us out of the crisis. Whoever then wanted to sell. Because you're an ageist.
Yeah, the happy clappy vaccine, man. That was wild. That was a wild time, man.
No, what did I always say? No, this is where I get misconstrued a lot. I always said, I always give them a year. Did I not say that?
I give players a year.
No, I give Pepe. I give everyone a year. They're all entitled to a year off.
I'll probably give Pep 2 years.
You know, but this summer, I said from the start of the season, things have to be better. Do you think I'm travelling 600 miles to watch what I saw for the last 30 minutes at Brighton? No, thanks. Did I sound happy clappy when I came on post-match when I was at the services at Milton Keynes?
No.
You know what I mean? Come on.
Yeah.
I do have limits. I don't sit there going sick, you know.
Well, at the end of the day, yeah, it's like, bro, they are paid millionaires, like they're millionaire players, you know. And I do feel like different players should be treated differently. Yeah, I do. I think players that have been at a high level and maybe had a drop off should be treated differently to a player that's literally just joined the club a year ago or 2 years ago. Yeah, I do. I think if you've had unprecedented success at this football club, I think you should be given a little bit of an easier ride, 100%. Why? Because you've earned it. You've earned the credit in the bank. You've earned the respect. So if you have a bad year, it's like Foden. These fucking weirdos saying sell Foden.
Oh, do you mean Mr. Fisherman? That's a new one now.
Talking about, mate, yeah. What, this guy's had one bad year and it just off the back of a PFA year and you want to fucking sell him? You fucking lost a plot. Now, if he's shit this year, I'm hoping to have a conversation. I'll have a conversation. But I'm not going to jump on the back of it after one bad year. Are you mad? He's won 6 Premier Leagues.
You're not going to do what you've done with Diaz.
But then people go, oh, well, Doku. Well, then why do people defend Doku so highly when the guy's, I know he won 1 league title, but he wasn't really an important player in that league title, with due respect. And he's stagnated, and you're not allowed to say a negative word about this guy because the Doku stands come out.
You know why? Let's not go down that road, but you know why.
It's fucking wild, man.
You know why.
So for me, yeah, I'm saying it now. I'm saying, like, if you've got credit in the bank, if you've been here for a while and you've been a key part of this squad, yeah, then you got credit in the bank. But at the end of the day, right, if you're a new player, I'll give you a year. I always give every player a year. Right, that doesn't mean I'll never criticize you, by the way. Yeah, if you shit, like Ike Noy was horrendous against Brighton, so he gets called out for it. The player ratings didn't do one, but he would have got fucking 2, right? But in the second year, you've got to deliver. This is why I'm on Doku all the time. Yeah, this is why I'm on Doku, because it's his 3rd season.
Yeah, but if
he doesn't
you ever go to
perform,
Doku,
he's
you
gotta
get called a
go.
racist.
Yeah, but that's just fucking stupid, isn't it? That's
And
just
this is why I never did the Grealish Doku debate, because it was never footballing debates, really. There was an undercurrent, undertone. I'm like, race and politics should never be involved in a football debate. Let's just talk generic football skillage. I'm sorry, let's just talk football. I mean, if you're Alan, I mean, I don't know if you've heard, but Alan's giving up on Cherky now. 50 minutes.
See, look at this.
Minutes,
Look at
he's had
this.
enough.
Look at this. Didn't Doku get us Champions League?
Yeah.
What? So one take on, and it was a nice take on, and it was a good assist. He didn't get us Champions League.
A good take on.
It was a good take on, and it was a good assist. He didn't get us Champions League, yeah? The standards, man. Again, don't want to be using this word standards, yeah? But it...
All right, Hamza. Calm down, Hamza.
Man. Like, you've got to be performing at a higher level consistently. Yeah, you can't just get one assist and go, well, he got us Champions League, wouldn't be playing Champions League. If like, come on, man.
But
listen,
see,
I want the guy to do well. I hope he does. And people say, oh, you hate Doku. I don't hate Doku. I actually fucking really like Doku. I watched his YouTube video, yeah, and that guy comes across as a fucking top geezer. Yeah, top guy, proper loves his faith. Yeah, looks like a proper, like, solid human being. Yeah, which we're lacking in this world these days. Yeah, big time. And he comes across as a top guy. Yeah, and he clearly knows. By the way, he knows himself, right, that he's not been good enough, because otherwise he wouldn't be saying some of the stuff that he's been saying. However, we cannot become a football club where we're giving people 4 years to cook, which is what's going to happen if he doesn't cook this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When was the
Yeah,
last time a winger played well for City? Mahrez?
This is
Bernardo
where balance
Silva,
comes in. This
Grealish
is where
in the treble
balance
season.
comes in. Yeah, balance has to come in now. So, for example,
Maybe the wingers haven't played well last year because they're not very good. Maybe you just have to fucking accept it.
Do you know what some of that is? We've got to get a balance. Sabinho needs more than 12 months to be judged as a player.
Yeah,
But
that's why he's got to go up this year.
A player doesn't need 4 years to know.
I think Savio was all right last year. However,
yeah, he got 11 assists, you know.
He still needs to massively improve in front of goal. If he does, he's going to be a top player. If he doesn't,
do you know what? I've always said this. For me, and this is just the way I prefer my football, with Erling Haaland, I'd rather him get... If someone said to me, would you have 10 assists and 10 goals? No, I prefer 20 assists to Erling Haaland. As long as you guarantee me Erling Haaland puts them...
Bro, I appreciate the fact he got me an assist. Thank you very much. That doesn't mean I have to fucking love the guy for the next 5 years.
Which game is this? Which game?
The Aston Villa game, where he took on that guy and put the cross in for Nunes at the back post.
We didn't beat them 1-0, did we?
We beat them... I think we beat them 2-1. Or 1-0. No, we beat him. It was last minute.
So did Omar Mamouche not get us into the Champions League then when he you know?
But it's fucking stupid as well, man, because like even if we would have drawn that game, yeah. Right, did we win that game against Villa?
Yeah.
Yeah, we won, didn't we? So even if we lost that game against Villa, where would we have come in the league? We would have come...
It was April the 22nd.
We'd have been on 68 points.
Yeah.
And Villa would have been on 66. We still would have got top 4 anyway. We would have been 5th. So we still would have got Champions League anyway. So it's not even true. Yeah, but this is what happens, man. Like, they bring out all these fucking stupid stats.
Sorry, didn't Matheus Nunes get man of the match in that game?
Yeah, he got the winner, so he probably did, yeah. No, Doku was good, but don't bring me one moment and go, oh, well, he got us an assist, so he's mint. What?
That's when Matheus Nunes balled out that night.
Yeah, no, he did. He got the goal. No, it was a nice goal. Doku cooked.
Yeah, it was great.
Cooked. But don't tell me because he got 1 assist that's fine, and we should all just be like, oh, chilling then. No, I need high-class, top-class performances on a consistent basis. He's in his 3rd season now. If he doesn't deliver this summer, he's got to go. Next summer, he's got to go. Savio, he's got to go next summer if he doesn't perform because we've already gone. I ain't going to free. This is not a normal thing giving players 3 years. at a top club. The Real Madrid do that. The PSG do that. The Bayern Munich do that. They don't give players 3 years. They don't give players 4 years.
Can
4
I chuck
fucking
an
years.
idea?
That just proves, yeah. If you're giving a player 4 years, that just proves you've bought him way down here.
He loves that graph, don't you?
Because it's true. Everything on this is true.
Why have you got Trafford right down there? He won't be here in 12 months. He'll be gone.
Because he is down there. What you?
Well, I don't know. The way Donnarumma played tonight, might be Trafford in the next year.
He doesn't go in here, does he? Trafford. He's had what 1 year in the Premier League where he got dropped. He's down here just with these guys. He's a project player.
Can I chuck one at you? Seeing as we're now, you know, it's all about the money.
All about the money.
Hasn't someone's release clause come up next summer?
Elise or Musiala?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 140 million euros.
Balls.
Yeah. Also, look at this, Trey. Come on, man. Why do Doku fans do this?
Doku was not 20 million. Doku
they do
was
this all the
6.
time. They always manipulate the stats.
Hang on. Sorry, can you times that by 3, Trey?
They always manipulate the stats. I've clocked this, by the way, with Doku fans, yeah? I clocked it, you know. I clocked it. The Doku stands. I'm not talking about people who just defend. I'm talking about the people who go to war for Doku, yeah? They manipulate stats, bro. Madness. He cost 20 million.
It was 20 million times 3.
20 fucking million.
Who said he was 20 mil?
It's like when you say, it's like, no, Nick, I like fucking Doku, but it is weird. It's like when you say, bro, it's a bit poor that Doku's only got 1 assist to Haaland in 2 years. And then they start saying stuff like, oh, well, that's not important. That's not important.
No. What? I've got a question.
Winger assisted the striker is now not important, apparently. This is what I get told. It's like, bro,
ask him if he was a Grealish fan.
Fucking wild, man.
Right, Manchester City signed Belgian winger from Rennes for 55.4 million. Where the friggers 20 million quid come from?
It's just madness.
It was Savinho we bought for 20 mil.
Savinho was 20 mil or 25 million euros. So, like, well, whatever that is, I think it was.
And he came from a La Liga team of the season ball out. I can give him a year at 20 years old.
Yeah, but I give Doku a year.
I know, but did he mention Grealish in that? Pull that coming back up. Does he mention Grealish?
He just said, what did he say? He said 100 Grealish. Ah, this little prick. He's on a wind up. He's on a wind up, I think. He's rage baiting. You little prick.
He's rage baiting.
Oh, no, he wasn't. He just said, nah, a bit of a clanger for me, to be fair. Nah, he's a clanger for you, to be fair, bro. At least he's healthy. He's healthy.
I bet you mentioned Grealish. This is the thing. Grealish people, I used to do it. Grealish, you go against Doku. Doku, you go against Grealish. It's like those two can't coexist in the same world. I don't know what the hell Jeremy Doku and Jack Grealish. That even got talked about in the squad, you know, at training. that was being talked about everywhere between those two.
Won't surprise me.
Do you remember Sam Lee asking Pep in the presser, what do you think of this Jeremy Doku, Jack Grealish thing? Pep was like, what?
No, it is wild. It is wild. But like I say, anyway, I'm gonna back the players this year because there's nothing we can fucking do now.
But the badge on the front is bigger than any name on the back.
Exactly.
And that includes the manager.
Yeah, and I'm not. You've got at some point, right? You've got to have a cut-off point.
But where's Predator FIFA got this from? I've never said him Pep Howard.
Nah, he's on a wind-up as well.
He is on a wind-up. I've never watched. No, he's telling everyone around the world.
This is well, yeah. I probably don't, Aaron. I think he's too. I think that's the type of player he is. Yeah, I'd be much more chill with Doku if it was just accepted that he was just a bench player.
Can I give you a man's opinion on Doku?
I'd be much more chill, but that's not the case, is it?
Right player, wrong time. Let me explain what I mean. Jeremy Doku in our 17-18 season, whenever it was, 16-17, you know, when we had Sane, Sterling, flying wingers, let's go all ball out football. I think Doku would have suited that. Doku, in a lot more of a ball-carrying, possession-based team, doesn't suit.
Maybe.
Because the game's
Maybe,
too
but he's
slow
nowhere.
for him.
He's
The
not.
game
He's
is too
nowhere.
slow.
Yeah, no, I hear it, but he's nowhere near the level of Sane and Sterling.
But
Nowhere
that's
near.
see, this is what we're always going to do. I've had this debate on mine the other night but we're never going to accept any new player if we're always going to compare them to our legends.
I'm comparing them to what we've had and what's currently on the market. We could have had Kvaratskhelia for the same price.
Again, wasn't available to say that.
At least
Not every team gets the same price.
Same price.
Not everyone gets the same price.
But the point is, yeah, for little difference in the price.
You saw that with Gibbs White. We go knocking for Gibbs White, 100 million quid. No one mentioned the £60 million release clause to us at the time. Don't think every team gets the same asking
listen,
price.
we'll see what happens with him, mate. I hope it works out. Like I say, the guy comes across as a proper nice guy, but I'm not being funny. Yeah, we're not at the pub having a sat on the top table drinking pints with our mates. We're watching fucking millionaire football players try and produce fucking wins. Do you know what I'm saying? So this year, yeah, and I've got to say, for Doku, the standard's got to be up here because he's in his third year. Yeah, Savio maybe can drop it a little bit because obviously still in his second year. But at the same time, me saying that, I'm sort of accepting now and giving players 3 years, which I don't think we should be doing. So we'll see what happens, man. But I think by the end of the summer, and by the way, this isn't new. I've already said this previously. I think by the end of this season, I think I'm going to be ready to let 2 of them wingers go.
I said this.
Probably
I said
both of
this
them.
on 9 weeks ago. I think if City didn't want to sell Sabio, I think if that offer would have come in for Doku, I don't think they'd have stood in his way.
Well, I don't think they stood in the way of Savio. They couldn't get a replacement.
No, someone did.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
They did.
There's no way. There's not a chance this club has had this policy for 10
No,
10
I know
years.
it wasn't. They got a little bit of PTSD on Cole Palmer.
Well, that's just dumb. That's dumb. Are they going to do that with Rico Riley?
I don't think it was Soriano either.
Is that why they didn't sell Rico Lewis? Are we just going to do this now and
Yeah,
have a young player?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think they've got PTSD on Cole Palmer. I think they've now got scared of another youngster going out the door and becoming a success.
I don't believe that's true. I believe in the end, the bid came in. They were happy with the bid.
I think Cole Palmer scared him. I think it really has scared him.
So we're just never going to sell a young player again.
Well, they did. They sold McAtee.
Also, this is facts. Savio's nowhere near the level of Palmer.
All right, but but compare where Palmer was in his first year and Savio was in his first year.
Palmer was better than Savio in his first year. The problem that Palmer had is Palmer couldn't play in his natural position as much as Savio.
See, for me, I looked at Savinho for Girona on the left wing was balling out.
Yeah, agreed. And then
There's a player there. There's a player there.
Yeah, but we don't play him on the left.
Yeah, that's on Pep.
Which is another fucking stupid thing.
Because we invert for ball carrying.
You bought Doku.
For ball carrying.
You bought Doku on the right, brought him in, and now play him on the left. You bought Girona on the left and now play him on the right.
Because he doesn't want directness. He wants ball carrying.
If you want inverted wingers, buy a winger that's played inverted. Don't buy a winger and then fucking change the position. It is not the same.
Why do you think he plays midfielders on the wing rather than play natural wingers?
Fuck knows.
Because of the ball carrying fucking aspect.
Control, probably.
Ball carrying.
Yeah. Yeah. Palmer scored goals. Palmer scored goals.
Kicks the ball and chases it.
Palmer was fucking mega.
No, I think you're doing a bit of glaze there.
I'm not doing glaze.
He played about 700 minutes, and one of them was the FA Cup against.
He played 42 football matches for Manchester City Football Club.
How many first team games? How many minutes?
42 first team matches.
No, he did not start 42 Premier League games.
He didn't start 42. He played 42 games. There were 42 separate occasions.
Oh my God, some of them could have been 2 minutes, LB. What we doing?
There was 42 separate occasions that I saw Palmer. You can check it. It's
I'm having this. You're doing some glaze here. You're doing an Alan Glaze.
Yeah, I did, Aaron. If you go watch my stream, I said it was a mistake selling him.
I'm not having this. You're glazing here.
I knew the talent was there, man.
I'm not having this at all.
I said it on the stream. I said this is a mistake. I said I understand why they're looking at the 40 million taking it, but I said I think this is going to be a mistake.
Right, that was fucking hell.
Most of you guys would have been in the stream. It was on this channel.
When did we sell him? 22, 23?
2 years ago.
No, it wasn't.
2 years ago.
He didn't play 2,000 minutes for City in the Premier League. Right,
I
here
always
we
glazed
go.
him.
Here we go.
He was told by Manchester City Football Club, and Martin knows this is true, that he was going to be the Mahrez replacement. We saw Mahrez, and
that isn't what I'm saying. Right, but hang on a minute. This is where I'm proving. Can I share my screen? I'm not having this.
Share.
You're glazing like okay.
I'm not glazing.
You are. You've got an hard on to it.
He was obviously gonna bang, bro. Facts.
Oh, all right, here we go. So excuse the adverts. Here we go. Cole Palmer, 22-23. 358 minutes, yeah? So we'll start with Champions League. 20 minutes against Seville. Yeah. Dortmund on the bench. Copenhagen, 45. Copenhagen on the bench. Dortmund, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Seville, 70. And then never played again all the way to the final. Right? So that's
because we have Bernardo Silva and Mahrez. What are you trying to prove here? What are you trying to prove?
45 minutes. You give 45 games.
You played
1
40
minute.
games.
35, 13, 15, 20, 13, 2 minutes, 9 minutes. Oh, he got all of 60 seconds there. 20. What did he do?
Well, I don't know what you're trying to disprove. I said I gave you a fact. He played 42 matches for Manchester City. That's
why
fact.
Stats are so corrupt.
But I also seen him play in the academy, and he tore it up in
It's
every
off
single
academy.
game.
Don't be chucking academy at me.
No, certain players, when you watch certain players in the academy, you know that they're going to be a banger. Yeah, and he ripped it up.
I watched Newcastle against Oldham last week. I'm not saying he's ripping it up in the Premier League next
There are certain players, when you watch him in the academy, you know they're special. Foden, when I watched him in the academy, yeah, ask Steve McInerney, you watched the academy. Ask Danny. Foden was a baller.
I watched the academy.
Sancho, when he was in the academy, was fucking incredible.
And where's Sancho now?
He should have had a good career. That's his own fault for going United.
Brahim Diaz than a real estate agent.
Brahim Diaz, incredible player. He's ended up at Real Madrid. Yeah, and Cole Palmer was exactly the same. Exactly the same.
I'm not saying he's not a quality player. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have sold him. You're just making him out to be the second coming of KDB, eh?
I think he's got a serious. Well, I think he's going to be a top player. I think he's already a top. He's better than fucking Savio.
You're looking at it from a hindsight point of view. Did you genuinely at the time go, you know what?
Yes.
But then that's fair then.
I thoroughly and chat people was in that stream. Yeah, people knew it at the time. I was always a Cole Palmer glazer. Yeah.
No, so part of the reason that's fair then.
Part of the reason is because I actually met the guy. Yeah, and I spoke to his family member, and I spoke to another family.
Now we're getting the truth.
Yeah, but I also recognize the talent. And he was my type of player. He was the Mahrez replacement. I was always on the Mahrez train.
Sorry, Steve Lewis, tell me when he's knocking it in the top corner. What games?
Bro, he did it in the final.
You mean when Pep coached him all the way through?
Sevilla, no? Did he not do it?
Sevilla,
Arsenal. He did it against Arsenal as well.
Him all the way through.
So two.
Yeah, yes, I was at that game.
Two big games, 2 goals.
I've not said it, but we're doing it on revisionism now. At the time, people were not saying that. You were, so big up to you. You're consistent with it. But people were not doing this glaze on Palmer 3 years ago.
Not everybody. Because some people didn't recognise the talent.
I remember doing a show when everyone went, the money we've just got for Palmer is amazing. People were thinking we got bare money.
They mustn't have watched him like some other people did. I'll tell you what happened, yeah? And the chat, tell me if I'm wrong. The year that he left...
Foggy's against me, and that never happens. Foggy's even against me.
No, because I'll tell you what happened, yeah? It used to piss me right off, yeah? That last year that Palmer played for Manchester City before he left, Pep couldn't get him in the team. And I have some sympathy for Pep on that, right? Because he couldn't play him right wing because Bernardo was cooking. and Mahrez was back up. He couldn't get him in the midfield because we had Gundogan, we had KDB. So the only place that Palmer could play on that pitch was left wing. And every game, he was sticking Palmer on left wing. The problem is, Palmer is not a left winger. That's the difference between him and Bob. Bob can legitimately play anywhere across the front line. Left wing, attacking mid, right wing. Yeah. And I've seen him play all three of those positions, right? Palmer is either a 10, right, or a right winger. End of story. And Palmer kept on getting these minutes on the left side, yeah, and he was shit. He was shit because he's not a left winger. Whenever he played in the middle or whenever he played on the right hand side, the guy was cooking.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't see the 10 part. I didn't see the 10 part. I will.
Did you not see that goal he scored in the cup at the Etihad where he literally carried the ball from the halfway line down the middle?
Turns out the one against Burnley.
I don't know who it was against, but it was a sick goal.
Burnley. No, I'm not. Listen, I'm saying. The trouble is, we look at this through revisionary eyes, don't we? We look at this and where he is now. No, I know you don't. I know you don't because you know his family and you've sat and had Sunday meal with them all by the sounds of it. You was probably the one who took the photo outside when he was perched up against his Merc. You were probably the one taking the photo. But I'm just saying.
I'd buy him back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Put £150 million on the table.
Him or Musiala.
Pay the price for the mistake that you made.
Him or Musiala.
2 mistakes you made. You made 2 mistakes. You didn't just fucking sell him. You didn't just fucking sell him. You didn't fucking put a release.
Yeah, because we wouldn't. Do you know why we didn't? Because we wouldn't have got the money.
But is that not a fucking red flag?
Yes. Right. Question. And they want to dock him. They want to dock him. Musiala.
Oh, God.
Or Cole Palmer back.
I'd get Palmer and stick him right wing.
Oh, so you're turning
because I think Musiala's obviously a midfielder, right? But you've got Cherky and Foden and Reinders that can all do that.
Musiala's the nearest thing you get in a KDB.
Really? Nah.
I think Cherky's more similar to David Silva.
I completely disagree. I think Cherky is very much KDB style.
No, I think he's David Silva. The way he carries the ball, the way he runs around. He's very, very, very David Silva has to be. I think Musiala's more the KDB.
I just don't think you need a Musiala. Don't get me wrong. Go and put a bid in, get him. But I'm saying if you're giving me the option of a high quality winger over a high quality midfielder, I'm taking the winger because I already think we've got enough high quality. I like our midfield. I think our midfield's good. I think we're going to need to strengthen it next year when players leave. But I don't think you're that desperate for a Musiala. I think we are desperate for a winger.
Thought you wanted big bands.
Get them both.
All right.
Okay.
Plus.
The question you asked me was either or, and I think we're more desperate.
All right, then. Let me. I'm going to end on this one because I want to get your take on it. Donnarumma. Because I've not even seen anything, but all I'm reading at the minute is
he punched the ball into his own net.
Yeah. I've heard he's not had a great night.
I don't know. That's the only thing I've seen. Now, they did give a foul. It didn't count, but it wasn't great.
Has anyone in the chat watched the game tonight? I don't know.
I've seen another goal. I think people seem, like they're looking
for the mistakes.
Yeah, because I think their 4th goal, I'm looking at it and people are blaming him. I'm like, bro, what the fuck was he meant to do? So I feel like people are looking for things that are not really there.
Do you think they're looking at it through the eyes of Edison?
No, I don't know. I just think people are so like questioning this fucking thing, and that people have convinced themselves that it's going to fail before he's even.
Everyone we buy at the minute, shit.
Which is wild because I actually think we've had a fucking pretty good window. I just don't think we've signed enough players. That's it.
If we'd have bought a right back, I'd have given it 10 out of 10 window.
I would have given it 9.5 because
I was at 10 out of 10.
I agree. It would have been a high quality window. I think it still is a high quality window. I like the players we've signed. I just don't think we've signed enough. But so I think some people have convinced themselves that this deal is not going to work. So then when they're watching him tonight, they're going, mistake, mistake, mistake.
Yeah.
I looked at one of the goals that they conceded, I don't know which goal it was, can't remember, but it was the one where they had a free kick on the left. They passed the ball to the right, and then they put the long ball in the box. The guy headed it across, it went in. People are blaming Donnarumma for it. I'm like, what the fuck was he meant to do?
But it's like Reinders now. Have you noticed the Reinders hype's died?
Well, that's because he's had 2 poor games. How he won Player of the Month, by the way, I have no fucking idea.
No, I'm not denying that. But what I'm saying is, like I said, like I'd use him as a perfect example. If we'd have all given up so easy, we'd never have had Ballon d'Or. I don't want to remind people to go and watch Rodri's first few games. Jesus Christ, car crash waiting to happen, wasn't even in it. But I've honestly seen double-decker bus in turning circles move quicker than Rodri in his first few games.
Yeah. I can't even remember those. My memory's trash. I can't even remember the first fucking year, Rod.
Yeah,
people say he was dog shit, man.
Seriously remember. And he was, I was on a show and Alan was calling him fucking Plodry and every name under the sun and was, arms up in the air and destroying him.
Was he really that bad? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was really that bad.
He was like just he was like me running around on a football pitch. More like Daddy Pig than more he looked like bloody Rodri.
Bro, I can't remember him being this bad, man.
Well, you've only been a City fan for 2 years, Steve, so you can be quiet. You were looking in the mirror before then, man. Anyway, he's not as good as Doku, is he, Steve? Anyway, I'm not happy with Steve after what he did to me last week. Bang out of order.
What did he do?
You know what he did? You commented on it.
Oh, yeah.
He's cleared that one, hasn't it? I got some shit because of that.
Honestly, when I seen your tweet, I was like, oh, shit, people actually took that serious.
Yeah. I got proper shit.
That's no weird.
Steve now. Steve's just got a picture of Doku with a speedboat up on his wall. Spot the difference.
I'm mad.
Anyway, Matt, I'm going to shoot.
All right, mate. Big up for jumping
Derby
on.
Week.
Yeah.
Quick question. Do you enjoy derbies?
Yeah.
Are you like calm and relaxed before them? Or are you like shitting dog like me?
I don't think I'm shitting dog as much as I used to because I feel like I'm more confident that we're going to win these days. Whereas like previously, like pre-takeover and like first couple of years of the takeover, it was more sort of like hope and pray that we didn't fucking get beat,
Yeah, you only started celebrating when we were 4 up. And now we're back in that situation.
But I tell you what, mate, if we don't fucking beat them this weekend, then we're in trouble.
Well, have you seen the next 2? Arsenal, Napoli. I'm quitting YouTube.
Well, I'm sorry. I've already sort of in my head. I think I'm sorry. I know this is negative, but I don't see us getting anything out of the Arsenal game. So that's why for me this weekend we have to win.
So we're getting nothing at the Arsenal game. So that means
me personally, I'm just keeping it 100. I'm not trying to be negative on it. I'm just giving my opinion. I think we'll get beat at Arsenal. That's
Sunday, the 21st of September at 10 p.m. LB will do City in Crisis video.
Well, bro, if we lose 4 games out of our first 5,
you're coming back into it, aren't you?
If we lose the
You're
first 4 out of 5 games,
Crisis video.
We could be fucked, man. We'll probably be in the relegation zone.
Oh, let's not look at the bloody relegation zone 4 or 5 games in. Do you look at the table 5 games in and go, we're top, we won?
I look at it every single day before I go to bed. Every fucking day.
Andrew says, I'm focusing on Huddersfield at the minute. Bollocks to what you're on. That's my derby, Huddersfield.
LB will have to explain. No, to be fair though, Kai, I've not defended Pep in the last 2 games. I defended him all last year, and I still believe I was right to do that, But the last 2 games, I've not defended Pep. I think Pep's made mistakes in the last 2 games. I just say my opinion. Last 2 games, I think Pep's got it wrong. But last year, I wasn't going to blame Pep. Obviously, blame him for certain things, but overall, the fundamental reason why I think we were shit last year is because I don't think the players were very good. Hence why the club then went out and signed what? 10 players in 2 windows. So I think, to be fair, the club probably agree with me because the club bought 10 players. If the club didn't buy anyone, then maybe you go, oh, the club clearly feel, the club clearly feel that the players are good enough. But they obviously didn't because they went and spent 400 million or whatever and bought 10 players in. And lo and behold, last 2 games, 2 losses. And I've said, I think it's Pep's fault, not the players' fault.
Not sound happy clapper, but I think we'll be fine 10 games in. Get our wind under us, get our legs underneath us, we'll be fine.
The annoying thing is, I actually thought we played all right in the first half against Brighton. And I know there are some people in the chat who don't think, I
thought we were great for the first. I told you that 50 minutes. Thought we were decent.
No, I didn't. This is where I disagree. I think as soon as the ball was kicked in that second half, I thought we were dog shit.
I thought we were tired. I thought we were tired easily.
Yeah. I definitely think that because even in the first half, where I thought we played well, a lot of the passes were still rusty. So that's something that I am hoping that maybe it was just a fitness thing. We only had 1 preseason game. Yeah, people try to tell me that Club World Cup was preseason, even though it was like 10 weeks ago.
Well, it was postseason.
It was postseason. So hopefully it was just a fitness issue. Like if we look at the 3 games, Wolves were mega.
I'm being told to tell you about Gabardio. He's got an Achilles problem.
Mega. The first game, Wolves, we were mega. Second game, we were dog shit. However, I do think Pep got that midfield wrong. Yeah, it was exciting, but it was the wrong midfield. He should have stuck with what worked at Wolves. And then the third game, first half good, second half bad. Pep failed to be proactive. He should have made subs after 10 minutes that second half and gone, we're shit here. We need to change it up. He didn't. They get a penalty, which they deserved. They deserved a penalty. They deserved a goal. And then they obviously made all the changes.
I look back now and I feel, even though it was a good thing, he's not out. When I say Achilles, I don't know. Apparently, maybe, but he has been training, not training. They're easing him back. He got it in the Club World Cup, 5 minutes in the open training and was off. We'll have to see. He might be back next week, and it might be.
I'd throw him in for the United game. I'd fucking get the needles out, mate.
I don't even know what's happened with Bettinelli, but apparently he's out for a while as well. Bettinelli.
I couldn't really care less.
I don't know what the hell's that's why Ortega, I think, is probably stayed.
Give Gavardio the Laporte injections, boys.
I don't know. That's what I mean. I don't know if it is Achilles and then whether it's just a strain or whether it's ligament. Because, by the way, if it had snapped it, it'd have been out for the whole year. It'd have been in a cast and everything. Because I've done that myself. Yeah. I was in a wheelchair for 3 months when I did my Achilles tendons. So, it'd have been out all season.
All right, mate.
Anyway, enjoy.
Big up, man.
See what it is. Take care, I'll smash the like.
In a bit, mate. Ta-ra, pal. Big up, Martin. Make sure you guys are subbed up to his channel as well. Let me do these chats, man, and I'm thinking I'm going to dip off, guys. Big up to Snoopy. Says they had emails used in APT case for 2 years. Never acted in it. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is about Newcastle, isn't it? Yeah. Newcastle have got that email, by the way, as well, haven't they, with that guy, who I reckon was Daniel Levy, by the way. Yeah, that's my prediction. And they said, yes, what was it? 4 days, was it? 4 days after Newcastle got bought, a Premier League CEO emailed the Premier League CEO and said, you need to stop all associated party transactions from the Middle East immediately. 4 days after Newcastle got bought. That email is public knowledge. It's out there and done nothing with it. So, yeah, again, can't just be blaming us, man. Facts, bro. Big up to you, man. Big up to Mish. Says 300 million in 2025. Out the title race after 3 match days, says Mish. Why are we still crying over Palmer, the dirty rag, says Amar? Because he's better than all the wingers we've got. That's why. And big up Aaron as well for becoming a channel member. Big up to you, bro. Appreciate it. Right, I'll leave it there, lads. Fucking hell, man. I said to my girlfriend again, I said, don't worry. I'm only going to go live for an hour. Yeah, and I was on track to do maybe 1 hour 20, and then Martin said, send me the link, and I was like, here we go. Here we go again. Sound, boys. Now, big up to everybody in the building, man. Hopefully, you guys are all doing well. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as well. We're on the road to 40k, so make sure you guys are subbed up. Double check you're subbed up. Make sure you guys are subbed up to the second channel as well. More LB. I think that's it in it for football. I'm not available tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to London. Take me back to London. Wednesday. Nah, there's no football Wednesday, man. I might, you know what? I might. I'm not going to say it. There's no point. See you later, guys.